now, the Erickson Countdown continues.
It is a gorgeous day for the opener and a new turf here at Giant Stadium and the traditional bunting along the side. This is kickoff 97, opening day. Everyone starts out even and everyone has hope. Giants, of course, have a long way to go. There's Derek Witherspoon, who returned 2 kicks for touchdowns last year. He's back to receive the kick. Eagles have won the toss, and Brad Deloiso will kick off. And the new season is underway, and the kick heading toward the rookie Antoine Wyatt. He's going to run it out. Wyatt past the 10, puts a move on, and brings it out to the 27-yard line. 6th-round pick from Bethune-Cookman, and a 30-yard return. Let's check out the Philadelphia Eagles offense. Ty Detmer, who took his first snap as a starter last October against the Giants in a winning role, will lead the Philadelphia Eagles. And as Matt talked about, questions: the left tackle Jermaine Mayberry and the right tackle Troy Drake. Steve Everett, the big free agent pickup, is the center. Ricky Waters with Kevin Turner. And Michael Timpson is starting in place of Chris T. Jones at wide receiver. First down at the 26. Charlie Garner begins in the backfield for the Eagles. Detmer to throw, and it's a swing pass to Garner. And Garner picks up a first down and is pushed out of bounds at the 46-yard line by Thomas Randolph. So a gain of 14 yards. The Giants defensively, and they're looking to put a pass rush, and Michael Strahan would be the key man in that department. That's the defensive line. Same group of linebackers as a year ago. Jesse Armstead is the big play man, and of course problems, as we mentioned, in the secondary. Thomas Randolph playing in place of Felipe Sparks at cornerback. First down at the 42, and a penalty marker down. And Sam Garnes, a rookie, one of 5 rookies starting today for the Giants.
Before the snap, there was a false start on the offense. Number 75, 5-yard penalty, first down.
And there's a lot of apprehension in an offensive line. I mentioned right at the start of the game, they came into the camp with a lot of questions on the offensive line. They came out of camp with the same questions unanswered. Now today they're going in with both tackles as huge question marks. And that is where they'll have to hold up. And if they can hold up there, they'll have themselves a good day offensively.
Troy Drake taking the place of Richard Cooper, who's lost to the season at right tackle. First down at 15. Ricky Waters dives forward, is tripped up at about the 40-yard line. And a gain of about 2. 3-yard pickup by Ricky Waters, who led the NFL in rushes last year, and yet has uttered complaints about not carrying the ball enough.
But you know what? That you can forget those complaints. I'm going to tell you what. Ricky Waters comes to play every week. He yaks and he says all this stuff, but he's a football player.
He never misses a practice. Always on time. 2nd and 12. Detmer looking for a receiver. And finds Michael Timpson wide open up the middle. So Timpson broke free, and the Eagles are in Giant territory.
Timpson breaks free. Guess what? Question number 1 answered. Jason Sehorn, first of all, falls down in his play. But what happens is, watch the offensive line. Look at this group up here. Here's their question. Can you pass protect? Look at his time. Heck, he could read Tolstoy back there. He's got so much time. He's able to find Timpson coming across the middle. And Timpson just takes up, turns it into a big play.
A gain of 26 yards for the former Chicago Bear. First down for the Eagles on the Giant 34. Here is Ricky Waters carrying up the middle, and Waters gets about 5 yards on the play.
You know, Dick, when you talk about the Philadelphia offense and you ask the New York Giant coaches, what do they have to stop? The first thing they say is, we have to stop Ricky Waters. Now, the interesting thing was, when you talk to the Eagles and say, what do you have to get going for your offense? They say, we have to throw the ball. We have to get out there and throw, because we just can't come out and pound the football. We're not good enough.
Jason Sehorn being worked on. He's the Giants' best cornerback, and Robert Massey, a veteran picked up this week, is in there in his place. 2nd down and 5. The swing pass is incomplete. intended for Waters. And when you talk about throwing, of course, Waters becomes a key weapon in that department as well.
Yeah, remember at the Dome when he was at Notre Dame, heck, he was a wide receiver. San Francisco, they used him all the time. The thing impressive about Ricky Waters is he's 230 pounds, and he's still maintained the quickness, and he always has that ability to catch the ball out of the backfield. And they'll take full advantage of that.
3rd down and 5. The Eagles on the Giant 29. No score. Opening moments. Detmer, and he completes to Timpson. There's a penalty marker down. Timpson inside the 10 is knocked out of bounds at about the 4-yard line, but a penalty flag was thrown at about the 20-yard line as Thomas Randolph and Sam Garnes knocked Timpson out of bounds. And they may be bringing this back.
Pass interference on the offense, number 83. 10-yard penalty. 3rd down.
That's Michael Timpson, who they picked up from the Bears this offseason. Obviously playing very, very well. They're going to throw it right down here. Watch, Timpson's coming down inside. Right there. You see, there's the push that they got. They pushed him off, and he just cleared that side open. Now, on the other end of that, after the penalty, Ricky Waters laid a hellacious block on somebody.
3rd down and 15, and Mark Say comes in. 3 wide receivers. The Eagles led the NFL in most points scored on their first possession last year. 3rd and long. And Detmer goes underneath, but unable to hold on to it is Ricky Waters. And the Giants have held, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And that's good defense by the Giants. And it's 3rd and 15, and they set deep, and they're going to give you the underneath thing and make you have to work through the majority of their defense to get the first.
That's a big first test for the Giant defense under their new coordinator, John Fox. So the Eagles will kick it away, and Tom Hutton will be punting. And Amani Toomer, who was out with a knee injury last year, back at the 10.
If first series means anything to the offensive line, that was a good first series in their pass protection.
Get it up there. Get it up there. There you go.
High kick and a good one. A fair catch called for by Toomer at the 13-yard line. And you're right, because Detmer had a lot of time to throw on passing down. So the Giants will start inside their 15 when we return to Giant Stadium.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. With fares so low, you have the freedom to fly. By the new 1997 Toyota Camry, now better than ever. By Coors Light, proud partner of the John Wayne Cancer Institute and their search for a cure. And by 1-800-COLLECT. It's the way to call Collect.
Welcome back to Giant Stadium. Dick Stockton along with Matt Millen and Ray Rhodes, who has led the Eagles to playoffs in his first 2 years as head coach. Giants starting from the 14. Dave Brown on the pitch to Tiki Barber, tripped up and gets about to the 16-yard line, and that's all. So Dave Brown, who will have a more up-tempo offense to operate with. And of course, Brown has struggled. He knows this is a very big year for him. He is the Giant quarterback, and a lot of eyes will be on Roman Oben, the second-year tackle, and Greg Bishop, the left guard. Barber and Hilliard, 2 rookies, starting in the backfield. On 2nd down and 8, Charles Way, the fullback, picks up a couple, and that will bring up 3rd and long for the Giants. Defensively for the Philadelphia Eagles, and they lost William Fuller, who led them in quarterback sacks, but Mike Mamula is the key man for them now. Ray Farmer is starting at linebacker in place of Darren Smith, and in the secondary, Charles Dimry begins the game in place of Bobby Taylor, but Taylor is expected to see action. 3rd and 6, Callaway in motion for the Giants, and the pass up the middle is tipped, incomplete, intended for Howard Cross, the tight end, and so the Giants go 3 and out on their first offensive foray.
Listen right now to the crowd. You hear that undertone right there? A little bit of booing, because the people have come here today to see if Dave Brown is a different guy, and the 3 and out looks exactly like it did last year.
They had the most in the NFL last year, 54. Of course, starting from the 14, not a good beginning for Dave Brown anyway. Brad Maynard, a rookie from Ball State, taken on the 3rd round, the new Giant punter. And another rookie is back, Antoine Wyatt, to receive the punt. Jesse Armstead with perfect timing on the hit with a big play on special teams for the Giants.
That is good football, man. Watch Wyatt. You have to catch that and take the hit. Armstead's in his face. A+ all around. A couple of things that are impressive. First of all, you have to remember that Jesse Armstead right here is their starting linebacker, and he weighs 230 pounds, working on a corner, starting corner, Troy Vincent. That's first of all. Second of all, Antoine Wyatt knows he's going to get kissed. And he sees the ball, and peripherally, he sees Armstead. He hangs on to it, takes the hit, gets up and leaves.
Jason Seenhorn, who had the bruised knee, back in there now for the Giants. First down for the Eagles on their 39. Ty Detmer's pass incomplete, and he was going for Marseille. Ty Detmer named a starting quarterback. Ray Rhodes telling us yesterday that it was really close between Detmer and Rodney Peete, both of whom have led the Eagles to postseason play.
Yeah, and it was a visceral decision. I mean, it came right from the gut. See, I worked that in, didn't I? Not bad. Visceral.
Visceral, this on opening day for you,
Visceral. Pretty good. That's a Penn State education. But he said it was a gut feeling that he went with Detmer.
2nd and 10. Charlie Garner in there now for the Eagles, and Garner gets the carry. And doesn't get much. He is the change-up running back. He has the burst, but nothing there. Picks up 3 yards, and 3rd down and long coming up.
You look at this New York Giant defense, and you look from a year ago to now. It's basically the same personnel. But the difference is philosophically it's changed. Because last year, their defensive line, they had them reading and then taking off. This year, John Fox wants these guys to take off and read on the run.
2 wide receivers on 3rd down and 7. Split backs for Ty Detmer. He gets hit as he lets go of it and nearly intercepted. Michael Timpson was the intended receiver, and Thomas Randolph got a hand on it. So the Giants force the Eagles to punt for the 2nd time.
Now, the one thing, you see John Fox, he's happy with his defense, but the thing that surprises me now, 2 series, and the Philadelphia Eagles have not gone to Irving Fryer. And Fryer, they acknowledge, both sides, that he's the playmaker in that offense, he and Ricky Water.
Last year, Amani Toomer returned a punt for a touchdown against the Eagles. He's back there to receive Tom Hutton's kick. Toomer at the 19 lets it bounce, and the Eagles will try to keep it in play, and the flag is down. And we'll get to see whether Willie Clark, who was just picked up this week, former San Diego Charger.
Well, you're going to see, I see an official with his hat off. If Willie Clark went out of bounds first, he can't be the first one to touch the ball back inside.
And when he throws the hat, that's an indication that that's the call.
And that's what it's going to be. Now, once he goes out of bounds, he cannot be the first guy to down the ball. Unfortunately, he was the first guy down there, and if he doesn't make that play...
by the offense, number 25. He went out of bounds, was the first to touch the kick. 5 yards, 4th down.
If he doesn't make that play, then they get it on the 20-yard line. Watch Clark down below. See him right down here. He's running that sideline. He got 2 guys on him. Here comes the push, and there goes the foot. Oh, you can just about see it down there. Gets out of bounds, and that would make the official drop the hat. Once you see that hat, he's out of bounds. You'll also notice this is your only hope now. Once Clark is out, he can't touch it first.
And a break for the Giants because Toomer let it bounce at the 20.
That's a mistake, incidentally. Never let the ball hit the ground.
You can hit the ground and bounce off your leg, and then you got real problems. Toomer now back again at the 20-yard line. Came storming in. Tito Wooten putting pressure on Hutton. Here is Toomer, and he goes out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. 42-yard pick this time around by Tom Hutton. We'll be right back. Well, if you're smart, temperatures are in the 80s, Matt. You want to sit at the cool zone.
Down in the cool zone. You know, you don't have to be cool to be in the cool zone, so I'd be all right down there. That'd probably be the first time I was ever cool, sitting in the cool zone.
Then they say, Matt, you're cool, and you deny that.
Yeah, right.
Giants with much better field position this time around, starting from the 30 and a fake end around. And Charles Way wide open, got past the linebacker. Charles Way down the sidelines and knocked out of bounds inside the Eagle 10. It was covered 62 yards. Troy Vincent, but most of it was Charles Way after the catch.
Dawkins looked back to the quarterback. Certainly Dawkins can run with Charles Way. You're going to watch him right here, number 30. He's going to go about. You have your coverage. Stay with your coverage. He turns, and right there, you see how he turned his head back? He lost where Charles Way was, and Way made his way all the way down to the 8-yard line.
Well, Jim Fossil predicted that the Giants would not present a vanilla offense anymore. They would open things up tempo and everything, and that is a career-long pass for Dave Brown, even though the pass didn't go that long in the air. A 62-yard play, and a timeout has been called by the Giants, and not a bad timeout as they have the ball inside the Eagle 10. Problems for Ray Rhodes' defense right here. Giants down at the bottom defensively, offensively in the last several years. 30th, last in the league in passing the last 2 years. But Jim Fossil's teams have done a lot better in the places he's been at Denver, Oakland, and with the Arizona Cardinals.
Well, he opens it up, and that's what everybody's been so excited about through the preseason, and saying, okay, what the heck is going to happen here? Now, first of all, we talked about it earlier. They have guys to open it up with, but then philosophically, you know, it still comes down to him and how he's going to orchestrate the game. He prefers the wide open thing, and you saw it right there. Now, certainly that play was defensible and was defensed. The mistake was made when Dawkins turned and looked back to the ball.
A timeout was called, an injured player timeout, and James Willis, the middle linebacker, walking off on his own power. So that will not count as a team charge timeout to either. Of course, the Giants seemingly called it earlier, and then the Eagles. And James Darling will replace James Willis. Darling, a rookie from Washington State, taken on the second round. Giants with a 1st and goal at the 8. Giants were the worst team in the NFL in the red zone last year. Let's see how they do. Tiki Barber dives inside the 5-yard line on 1st down.
Dick, they were worse than the NFL. They didn't have Tiki Barber. I think Tiki Barber, when I watch him on tape, he plays at another level. He plays at a faster pace. You put the tape on and you watch, and everybody's kind of running around full speed, and Tiki Barber just seems to have one more gear. I think they can exploit what he does.
Hilliard and Barber adding a good deal of speed. Here is Barber fighting his way to about the 3-yard line, and James Darling, who just replaced the injured Willis, making the tackle. So it'll be 3rd down and goal.
The other thing that I've noticed with this New York Giant offense is they run their offense at a quicker pace. You've seen a lot more getting out to the line of scrimmage quicker. You're noticing the ball in quick counts and trying to get off real fast. Last year, they were complaining that they'd get out to the ball at around 4 or 5 seconds. He says now they're getting in at about 15 to 20 seconds.
Andy Harmon is coming the game for the Eagles. He had been injured most of last year, and they're going to spot him today at defensive tackle, and the Eagles call the timeout.
That's a pace timeout. Because of their faster pace, they were forced to have to go to a timeout because of no personnel.
Eagles forced to call a timeout with the Giants' up-tempo offense forcing him into that way, and so the Giants will have 3rd and goal on the 3-yard line. They have not scored an offensive touchdown in the last 8 quarters against Philadelphia. And 4 wide receivers in the game for the Giants. Out of the shotgun, Dave Brown runs in for the touchdown.
They take the 4 wide receivers, they spread everybody out, they try to get a minimum amount of defenders to the middle of the field, and then Brown just will do that quarterback draw.
Brad DeLuiso for the extra point. good, and the Giants taking a 7-0 lead with the big play. Brown's pass to Charles Way, 62 yards, and Brown scoring the touchdown, the first in Jim Fossil's head coaching career in New York.
And seeing the whole key, Brown did right there. Just that little bit of hesitation to let things develop up front, and then you just pick your way right inside. And a nice job by his offensive line of giving him the crease to get there.
Well, you spread that defense, you can do a lot of things inside. And the Giants in front 7-0.
That's an ugly spike. You see Bishop spats. You can tell he hasn't done that very often.
Yes. They haven't had much practice. 4-play scoring drive. The big play was the pass to Charles Way, which is Brown's longest pass in his career, and he capped it with a 3-yard touchdown run on 3rd and goal.
They want to play ugly, and so they try to get as ugly as they can to kind of like be mean or whatever. They take the helmet off, the guy across and he goes, I got to play against that.
And very often they succeed. Aloiso with a line drive kick heading for Antoine Wyatt, and he'll down it in the end zone for a touchback. Strong leg of Brad Aloiso, certainly one of the Giant weapons, and now the Eagles will go to work. The Eagles got inside the Giant 5 in their first offensive drive, but a penalty nullified that, and ultimately the Eagles had a punt.
Well, so far this first quarter, the biggest key so far has been 2 penalties. On Timpson when they had it down inside, and then also on the punt. They had that one down inside the 10-yard line.
First down from the 20-yard line. And Ricky Waters looking for running room. And Waters brings it out a good 8-yard carry with Jesse Armstead making the tackle. Waters has had a history of outstanding games against the Giants.
I think when Ricky Waters gets running, that means a couple other things are happening, particularly up front. That offensive line is getting some push. And then, again, that's one of the question marks they had. Could they get that part done?
Mark Say and Irving Fryer, the wide receivers. Fryer split to the left. 2nd and 2. Again, here's Waters. And the Giant defense closes. Corey Whitmer, the middle linebacker.
Bring the tight end to you.
See, it's Mike Turkovac. He's got those snapshots that they're looking at what the Giant offense is doing to his defensive line.
Eagles managed a first down on that last run by Waters. Barely 6.5 to go in the first quarter. The Giants leading 7-0. And a play fake. Detmer getting a rush from Strahan, and his pass intended for Fryer, and he had to throw it away, and that was Tito Wooten, but Detmer was under siege there.
I think Detmer does a pretty good job of working the pocket. Watch Drake. He's going to open up outside. Strahan will take him back inside, and Detmer has a pretty good feel in there. So he just kind of takes it back outside and an errant throw. And that's the 3rd errant throw he's had. He's had open guys but missed them.
John Gruden, the offensive coordinator. 2nd down and 10. Last 5 passes attempted by Detmer have been incomplete. They'll keep it on the ground to Ricky Waters. Nothing there. And that'll bring up 3rd and long. And again, it was Strahan. Gain of 1 for Waters.
One of the things that the Philadelphia Eagles had to do in this game, or with this offense, is they had to game plan well. And I think that's one of the strengths of this offense. And when I mean that, I mean the way you call your plays.
3rd down and 8. Chad Lewis, an undrafted rookie from Brigham Young, has come in at tight end. Irving Fryer in motion. Detmer gets good protection in the pass. Caught by Fryer. And Fryer will have the first down after the ball was tipped by Percy Ellsworth of the Giants. And the Eagles will keep the ball moving, a first down at the 45.
Well, Detmer had time to throw. That's the first key. And then the second key is Ellsworth went for the interception. You see Sehorn coming off the corner. Nice job of bumping him. He went for the pick, and then watch the concentration right there by Irving Fryer. They need to get him involved more.
Coming off his best year in his 14th season. First down at the 45 of the Eagles, and a whistle and a penalty marker down as Ricky Waters gets the handoff. Mike Carey, our referee today.
Before the snap, there was a false start on the offense, number 71. 5 yards remains.
And a 5-yard penalty against the Eagles. Right now for a McDonald's game break, let's return to James Brown at our Fox Television Center in Hollywood.
Hey, Dick, Matt Millen will appreciate this kind of teamwork. 37, Larry Centers, nice kick-out block. That frees McElroy. 17 yards to pay dirt. Cardinals on top by 7. Back to Dick and Bub.
All right, JB does appreciate it. And a little surprise early in that game. On 1st and 15, handoff to Ricky Waters. Giants have done a good job thus far, Matt, of shutting down the Eagles' running attack.
And they're playing solid inside. And I think when you have Harris inside and Hamilton inside, and they can sit their rear ends down and kind of give them a point. Every defense has to have a point to work off of. And so far in this game, Hamilton inside and Harris have done that.
Robert Massey is in now as an extra defensive back for the Giants. 9-year veteran picked up this week. 2nd down and 12. Detmer has some time, got tripped up, and the pass to Jimmy Johnson, the tight end, is ruled incomplete.
Man, good coverage by Scott Gallion right there, who came in that nickel look. Eagles kind of look like they're a little frustrated for some reason to me. They look like they're running that play clock. They get a little rushed. They're not getting up there with a lot of time sometimes.
They're relying on the pass. They've got 3 wide receivers at 3rd and 12. Detmer stepping up. Now he's going to run. Detmer will have the first down as he dives inside the Giant 45-yard line. Jesse Armstead finally got him, but a very alert play by Ty Detmer with his receivers covered.
And there's no place to throw the football, and that's the biggest thing. You're going to look downfield. He's going to get the protection. They'll maintain the pocket. That's important for him. And then he looks downfield. There's nothing here. Everything covered. He does a good job again. I said he has good presence in the pocket and just bursts upfield and gets his 13 yards.
Eagles in Giant territory for the 2nd time today on the 43. Ricky Waters trying to kick out. Flag is down. That was Corey Whitmer on the tackle, but a penalty and a holding call against the Eagles. So Ray Rhodes has to be very displeased with the Eagle penalties in this first half.
I'd be more displeased with my personnel. They're not moving anybody off the football. The inside 3 of that Philadelphia Eagle offense isn't getting any push. Remember, they spent a lot of money on the center.
On the offense, number 72. 10 yards remains, first down.
That was Joe Panos, the left guard. The Eagles have 5 yards in penalties, and as Matt mentioned, 2 critical ones. Giants yet to commit a penalty. That'll send Philadelphia back inside their own territory. First down and 20. Detmer to throw on first down with 3 wide receivers and nearly picked off. Thomas Randolph got another hand on it. Irving Fryer was back there as the intended receiver.
Detmer's going to have to regroup. He's not been throwing very well in this first quarter. He's had open guys. He's missed them. He's done a nice job of under and commanding the pocket when he's had to, getting out of it, and also on the scramble like you saw. But he has not been off since then.
1 of 8 for only 12 yards. 10th play of the drive coming up. 2nd down and 20. Deep drop this time for Detmer, and his pass. Jimmy Johnson, and it's broken up by Tito Wilton. And a flag down at the line of scrimmage. And
that's going to be a first down, boys, going against the quarterback.
Roughing the passer will be the call, apparently, against the Giants. Their first penalty. Ray Agnew got in on Detmer.
Watch Agnew inside. You're going to watch him right up top.
Personal
come
foul.
through, comes clean to the outside. See, the ball was, this is what they're going to call. See, the ball was gone, and he was under control. He put his head down and went helmet to helmet. So they're going to call. They are going to protect the quarterbacks.
Not unlike a Bill Romanowski play in preseason.
I didn't like that call, incidentally, on Romanowski. Romanowski had like one step and boom, and he hit him.
But it was the helmet, I think, and
Yeah.
that's why they made the ejection and the fine. So the first down after the penalty on the Giants. And here is Ricky Waters. And he slides forward to the 34-yard line. 3-yard pickup by Waters. Corey Widmer on the play. Under 3 minutes to go first quarter. Giants lead 7-0.
Hey, this is the way you play middle linebacker. I want you to watch Corey Widmer. He's gotten better and better. See, first of all, you're reading right here. He's going to come inside, go attack it, take it on, bing, blow it up, get off the ball, and make the tackle. You can't do it any better.
2nd and 7. Ricky Waters lines up in the slot to the right as a receiver. And Detmer gets hit. Jesse Armstead and Corey Miller came storming in on Ty Detmer, who had to just get rid of it in a hurry to no one in particular.
Yeah, this is the old numbers game. So you're going to bring more people than you can block. Watch him outside. He comes clean. Nobody to be able to get to the outside. Armstead from the other corner. There's just too many people you bring. You can't pick them up.
John Fox mixing up that defense effectively here in the first quarter. With 2:31 to play. 3rd down and 7 for the Eagles on the Giant 35. Hard say in motion. Detmer's got a lot of time, but no one to throw to. And he is stopped at the 31-yard line by Tito Wooten and Ray Agnew. And that'll bring up 4th down, and the Eagles send in their new kicker, Chris Boniol, the former Cowboy, to try to get them some points.
Well, Detmer had somebody. He had Kevin Turner up along the left sideline, but he couldn't find him.
Boniol has made 27 consecutive field goals, right up there in NFL history. This will be a 48-yard attempt. Hutton will be the holder. Good. Just made it over the crossbar, so that's 28 in a row made by Chris Boniol, and with 1:39 remaining in the first quarter, the Giants lead now is 7-3. It's a 48-yard field goal by Boniol.
You know, watching this game as it's unfolded, I think one thing really has to be said. I think the Philadelphia Eagles are going to start to play better offense, because I don't think Detmer can play this poorly for a whole game. I think his offensive line is giving him adequate protection, and I think they also have to be able to get Irving Fryer more involved than just the one attempt and then the one catch that he had.
And of course they wanted to throw the ball in this game, but they have not been able to do anything on the ground. The running game has been shut down, so it's been pass or nothing thus far for the Eagles.
Well, then also the penalties hurt them. And then the big penalty there on the quarterback on Ray Agnew helped them and gave him the first down.
The receiving core of the Philadelphia Eagles, coming off a 10-6 year, actually wound up tied with the Cowboys for the division lead, but because of tiebreakers, were a wild card team and lost to the 49ers in the wild card game. There is Ray Agnew, who was a free agent pickup. Dropped by the Giants, picked up by Carolina, and they dropped him, and the Giants took him back. Here's Boniol's kick. Thomas Lewis back to receive the kickoff for the Giants inside the 5. Lewis out to the 20-yard line. Well, this week on the Fox Saturday Baseball Game of the Week, the playoff race heats up in a big AL East rival, the Orioles and the Yankees. Now, the Orioles have a big margin. A lot of people think the Yankees may have the best team. They want to give the Orioles perhaps a message before postseason begins. In the Zone starts a half hour before the game. A 7.5 game lead by the Orioles, who have won all 4 games against the Yankees this season. First down at the 20-yard line. Tiki Barber goes in motion. Dave Brown going for Hilliard. His first throw to Hilliard, and it's off his hands, incomplete.
There's a player right there, Ike Hilliard, the rookie, that you want to see him get his hands on the ball. Now, he doesn't have great speed down the field, but what he does have, he's a former running back out of high school. What he does have is the ability to make you miss and make a play after he catches the ball. What Fossil tried to do there is not use his speed, just get him out in the flat, get his hands on the ball, and make him use that ability.
2nd and 10, the pitch to Tiki Barber. Barber with the burst up the middle, and that's what the Giants wanted when they drafted Barber. Second from Virginia. Mike Mamula makes the tackle short of a first down.
Well, we're talking about Tiki Barber, and you're also talking about Ike Hilliard, but they're starting 5 guys. You can see only 2 rookies in the last 11 season openers have started. Today, 5 of them for the Giants. Engler, the center, hasn't missed a snap in all of preseason. Sam Garnes, the strong safety, not only the starting strong safety, but running down on special teams.
3rd down and 1, and they go to Barber on 3rd down, and he's got the first down. They thought that Barber might be a Dave Meggett type of 3rd down back, but the more he showed in preseason, it looks like Tiki Barber, who's starting this game, maybe more of a Joe Morris running back.
That's he kind of reminds me of. He kind of reminds me of that Joe Morris type. You know, he's not a real tall guy, and he's hard to find behind the offensive line, and all of a sudden he's right on top of you.
He gets a breather, and Charles Way, the fullback, who's on the receiving end of the biggest play of the game so far, 62-yard pass, picks up a couple. It'll be 2nd down and about 9 for the Giants, and that will be the last play of the first quarter. So the new era of Jim Fossil begins with a successful first quarter before a sellout crowd here at Giant Stadium. And at the end of the first quarter, the Giants lead the Eagles 7-3. View of Giant Stadium as we start the second quarter, and the MetLife blimp Snoopy 1 has teamed up with Fox Sports to provide you with aerial coverage of today's game. There it is, cruising at a speed of 35 miles per hour. Ever been up in one of those?
No. And neither has he. Rodney Hampton runs better than the blimp, let me tell you that.
Rodney Hampton out with the knee injury. We haven't seen Tyrone Wheatley yet, who lost his starting job to Tiki Barber. 2nd down and 7 as we start the second quarter. Brown with a good play fake. And down he goes. And getting credit for the sack is Jimmy Jones. Loss of 5.
Now they're going to need another big play, because the big play and key play that the Giants have had earlier was just this. Just a simple little 10-yard little dink pass out in the flat where Dawkins turns the wrong way, and Charles Way takes it all the way down. 3 plays later, they go in for the quarterback draw on the score. Here at 3rd and 12, they're going to need a similar big play.
Amani Toomer is in as a 3rd wide receiver. Now 4 in there for the Giants. Out of the shotgun on 3rd and long. Davis hands wide open to Thomas Lewis, and he falls down.
Out of bounds.
And went out of bounds. Taylor Lewis was wide open against the Jets in preseason and dropped one. He caught that, but lost his footing.
Didn't matter. I mean, it was a touchdown. That was a touchdown. He just fell over. Watch Thomas Lewis up here. He comes up and gets the jam, and they forget. Back here, see the safety's looking inside. Nobody here. There's no one there. Lewis catches it, trips over the 40-yard line, and then worse yet, steps out of bounds.
33-yard gain, and we told you there's new turf, and perhaps Lewis is not adjusted to it. First down at the 35. The screen pass to Charles Way, and William Thomas knocks him out of bounds. And right now, for a McDonald's game break, let's return to James Brown at our Fox Television Center in Hollywood.
Dick and Matt, Anthony Miller likes the turf in Pittsburgh. He's got 2 catches for 43 yards. This is the second one, a 12-yard grab of that Troy Aikman pass. Dallas on top of Pittsburgh in the second quarter by a touch. Back to Dick Stockton, Matt Miller.
Anthony Miller is going to make them better because Troy Aikman believes in him.
Irvin and Miller, that's a good 1-2 punch the Cowboys have this year. 2nd and 11. The pitch to Tiki Barber. Barber cutting upfield, gets inside the 30-yard line where Ray Farmer makes the play. That'll bring up 3rd down and about 4 for the Giants.
You know, we talked about the Giants having to have a big play. and Thomas Lewis had it. I mean, that was it. He was wide open. That was 6 points, and he just tripped over that 40-yard line, and it turned into just the first down. It could have been 6.
Funny, Ricky Waters loves this turf. Played well against the Jets in preseason. Lewis had his problems. Out of the shotgun on 3rd and 4. Dave Brown flips it, and it's caught by Way. And Way is not going to get enough. He'll be shy by about 1.5 yards for the first down. And Michael Zordich, the heady, veteran, strong free safety, made the tackle. The Giants are going to try the field goal. Jim Fossil sends in his kicking team. Brad Daloiso has a pretty good string going of 14 straight field goals. This will be a 44-yard attempt. Daloiso, and his kick wide right. The Daloiso streak ends at 14, and the Giant lead stalls. They still lead 7-3. We'll be right back. Skyline of New York, seen from New Jersey. Eagles with a first down after Daloiso missed the field goal. They're on the 35. And here is Charlie Garner. And Garner gets about 4 yards on the play. The Eagles have averaged 3.5 yards a rush thus far. Well, tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, Fox will present a 1-hour special, Diana, the People's Princess. That's tonight on Fox at 7 p.m. Boy, everyone was shocked at that tragic news out of Paris today, and
she affected people.
That she did.
She made a difference.
2nd down and 7. Ricky Waters back in the lineup in the backfield. Detmer looking to throw, and Detmer's pass to Irving Fryer, and they rule it incomplete. Fryer had trapped it. So that'll bring up 3rd down and long for Philadelphia.
Yeah, I got to tell you something. For a secondary that was supposed to have lots of problems, specifically today, this Giant secondary is playing pretty good because they're protecting Detmer pretty well, and Detmer has time to throw and find the guy. And he's not been throwing well. The secondary has provided the coverage.
Not only is Sparks out with the hepatitis, but Conrad Hamilton there, nickel corner. There's pressure put on Detmer, and the pass to Chad Lewis. The rookie tight end is short of a first down by a yard. Percy Ellsworth making the play, and an aggressive sequence for the Giants defensively.
Now they came right up the middle. They're going to watch the blitz inside. They're going to force Detmer to go to a quick read. Lewis comes clean right in the middle. Everything was perfect there. And then on the other side, Chad Lewis doesn't expect to catch the ball and then doesn't expect to get hit. And that kind of looked like a rookie making a catch. Ellsworth with good defense.
3rd punt of the day coming up for Tom Hutton. And Amani Toomer back deep for the Giants. Into the end zone. So Tom Hutton, who no longer has to be concerned with kickoffs this year with Boney all around, gets one off deep. Dick Stockton and Matt Millen back at Giants Stadium. Giants leading the Eagles 7-3. And the Giants starting from the 20. Detmer 4 of 13. Brown 4 of 6 for 97, and 62 coming on that pass to Charles Way. On first down, play fake. Brown gets hit going deep, and Callaway makes the grab. Great timing by Chris Callaway, and the Giants bring it out past the 40.
That's a heck of a throw. You got to tell you something. Mike Mamula beat both blockers quick. Watch him work on Roman Oben. Goes quick to the inside. There tries to get help from Bishop, runs right by him and hits him right into Kisser, but the ball was thrown very well outside to Callaway.
Charles Dimry, who started the game at cornerback. Brown in trouble, loses the ball, and now they're going to say that he was in the act of passing, although an official call has not been made.
Blue ball.
It's going to be Giant ball. Red Hall came storming in, but Brown obviously was in the act of attempting the pass.
They started to talk about they're going to call intentional grounding because he stayed in the pocket. See, had he gotten out of the pocket and thrown, it would have been fine, as long as he was throwing it at or beyond the line of scrimmage. The last 3 plays that they have thrown the ball, the Eagles have gotten a hit on the quarterback. That is not good news for the Giants. You can talk about all the new coaches and then the new offense and a new philosophy, but I got news for you. When people start whacking you,
offense, number 17,
that is the true test.
10 yards, loss of down, second down.
And Dave Brown certainly has taken punishment. One of the things Jim Fossil pointed out is that we know that Dave Brown is tough because he has taken quite a beating the last few years.
He's a big, strong guy. He can take a beating, but you don't want your quarterback to take a beating. You have to be able to forget the hits if you're going to be an effective quarterback in this league.
Second down and 20. 3 wide receivers for the Giants, backed up to their 31.
Hey, see that? What they did?
Scott
The
Bragg.
Eagles moved Mamula to the other side. See, they had him on Olvin, and now they switched him over to Scott Gregg, and Gregg's over there going, uh-oh, I got a speed
There's
guy.
a false start on the offense, number 74. 5 yards, second down.
So the Giants working in reverse with back-to-back penalties, intentional grounding, and then a false start.
You can see here's Gregg right here, and Mamula lines up, usually on this side, now on this side. Now he knows he's going to have to get back there, but you can't get back too quick because Mamula will take the inside.
Second down and 25 now for the Giants. Mamula stays on that same side, and the flip pass intended for Tiki Barber. And off the hands, Mamula was out in pass coverage.
Hey, that's a good job by Mamula of having recognition of what's happening to him. See, they tried to cut him, which means there's something coming behind you. And so he got his hands down and turned. You heard Howie Long talking in the pregame about Mamula having to be a guy. See, they tried to cut him. He's aware of what's going on. So turn and get into the play.
Mamula in his 3rd year from Boston College. Not a sizable defensive end, but he's got terrific speed. 3rd and 25 on the 26-yard line. Out of the shotgun, and Dave Brown going to the sideline and a mix-up communication. Lewis was the receiver, and he was going downfield. That'll bring up 4th down, and we can hear a smattering of boos once again.
And you see he kind of yelled at Engler and slapped him on the back of the helmet. He just turned and got rid of that ball quick. See, you see him? 4. It's on 4 he's going. See, Engler snapped it too soon.
Engler, one of the 5 rookies, Matt pointed out, starting today's game. So Brad Maynard will be kicking, and Antoine Wyatt back for the Eagles. And Tim Watson came storming in.
Oh, he got a piece of that.
And Maynard was shaken up. Flag is thrown back at the line of scrimmage and out of bounds at the 20-yard line.
See, they're going to argue right now because I heard that. He got a piece of that thing, and so you can run into the kicker if you've hit it.
You heard the 2 sounds.
I heard it. They got the pressure.
They ought to pick that up.
There is no foul for running into the
Good
kicker.
call.
The block was tipped.
And you can always know by the double thud, right?
Ba-bum. Now, that's good special teams.
And we'll have a timeout with the Giants leading 7-3.
Now listen to the block. It comes real quick. You go ba-boom. And that's exactly what Jimmy Johnson here. See, now there's the block. And on the back side, Johnson, boom, boom. There's the block by Watkins. And then on the other side, Jimmy Johnson has come around on the special teams. And it's his job to let them know what happened. Watch it. See, right there. See, tip. That was a tip. And you have to sometimes clue the officials into what's happening.
Not bad. 51-yard kick on a tip ball by Brad Maynard. Here's Ty Detmer overthrowing Ricky Waters on the screen pass. And Waters not at all happy. Well, after September 19th, your Friday nights will never be the same. Who is he and why is he here? Prepare yourself for his arrival. The Visitor, followed by the season premiere of Millennium. Friday, September 19th on Fox.
Cedric Jones, the second-year #1 pick from a year ago, down. Giants medical staff is looking at him.
Jones was a disappointment last year as a #1 pick out of Oklahoma. He had some injury problems as well, and so far this year had not distinguished himself that much, but was in the rotation to play today. He is shaken up. We'll be right back. And it's opening day in the NFL. Kickoff 97. So bunting here at the stadium. New turf, new hope for fans around the league as the scores roll in on this first weekend. Second down and 10 for the Eagles on the 23-yard line. Charlie Garner and a penalty flag down. Garner gets about 3 yards. Eagles well fortified at running back with Waters, Garner, and Deuce Staley, a rookie from South Carolina.
Offsides on the defense, number 75. He lined up in the neutral zone.
Keith
5
Hamilton
yards, second down.
with a 5-yard penalty against the Giants. 7-3 the score. The Giants scoring after a 62-yard screen pass from Dave Brown to Charles Way, and then running in from 3 yards out. The Eagles getting a field goal from Chris Bonio. Giants missed a 44-yarder. Brad Aloiso is wide right. That's the scoring with 9:13 remaining in the first half. Second down and 5 on the Eagles' 28-yard line. They go to Ricky Waters looking for running room off the left side. And Waters still on his feet. Gets the first down and a lot more out of bounds at the 44-yard line. A pickup of 15.
Ricky Waters with a nice move and a nice job by Kevin Turner, the fullback, of getting the block on Jesse Armstead. Watch him inside. He's right in front of Waters. Going to go outside. Now you got to take this on. Boom. And you have to create that seam, which he does. And then it just gives him just one step to get to the outside, and Waters can use his speed and his size. Watch right there. See how he gets his rear end between Waters and the defender. And that creates that little seam, which allows him to pick up the first down.
A Giant is shaken up, and he's in front of the Eagles bench right now. As you look at Ricky Waters today, 8 carries for 43 yards. But a Giant is shaken up on the near sideline. Tito Wooten. Well, he appears to be all right. Giants, of course, coming in short-handed with Felipe Sparks out with non-contagious viral hepatitis. Sparks out 3 to 6 weeks. Conrad Hamilton with arthroscopic surgery of his knee. So the Giants' strength in the secondary, not so much of a strength going in today.
This is the end of the play. You can watch. There's Tito Wooten right there, number 29. Here comes the cavalry, and the cavalry ended up right on top of him. Looks like Sam Garnes right there, number 20. Hit his own guy.
Percy Ellsworth will replace Tito Wooten. First down for the Eagles on their 44. Detmer's pass, Irving Fryer. Another first down for the Eagles. Very dependable 14-year veteran. Irving Fryer stopped by Jason Sehorn, but not before an Eagle first down in Giant territory.
Sehorn gave him some room. Detmer was able to see it, and then Fryer just drives him off, comes back, and makes the catch. I mean, that's good, smart football.
Fryer lines up on the left side now. 2 tight ends for the Eagles. Pitch is to Kevin Turner, and Turner, the fullback, with his first carry of the day, and he picks up about 7 yards. So the Eagles seem to have settled down offensively here.
Yeah, they've gotten into a rhythm. That time, watched by big Mike Zandowski. They go with the 2 tight end look. Jason Dunn right here. Here comes Zandowski, 66. Clears the way to the outside. Dunn clears it to the inside. Heck, they pick up a good 6 yards.
It'll be second down and 3. Total yards. Well, that's good enough. Total offense virtually even so far in this game. And there's the delayed handoff to Ricky Waters. Stopped and lost. Chad Bratsky. And a loss of a yard on Ricky Waters.
Bratsky will give you some movement. See, Bratsky will come hard to that side. Got to tell you, both offensive lines, specifically this Philadelphia offensive line, is playing a little better than they did in the preseason. Like they're protecting Detmer fairly well, and this past series now they're running the ball.
Mayberry at left tackle, Drake at right tackle under the scrutiny today for Philadelphia. 3rd and 4. Detmer's pass incomplete, intended for Ricky Waters, and covering was Scott Gallion downfield, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Nice play by Gallion. What the Eagles were going to try to attempt to do is run everybody off and give Ricky Waters all to Gallion all by himself.
Okay, let me go. Let me get back.
4th down, and Tom Hutton in to kick it away, and Toomer back for the Giants. Exactly 7 minutes remaining in the 2nd quarter. The Giants lead the Eagles 7-3. The Eagles have won the last 4 meetings between these teams. Kick heading for the sideline. Toomer on the 10. Not much room for Amani Toomer, and he is set down at the 15-yard line by Darian Connor. Well, this game is presented by authority of the National Football League and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the New York Giants and the NFL is prohibited.
It's funny with this turf here in Giant Stadium. They put a new turf in, spent $1 million on it. They played the Jets a few weeks ago, had a downpour, poor drainage, had to redo it.
It's the same turf that they have at Texas Stadium in Irving. 1st down and 10. Here is Tiki Barber breaking a tackle or two and showing a little power in his own right.
Easy go.
Gets about 4 or 5 with Mike Mamula making the tackle.
Then they came out and they tried to sweep. They were going to clean this turf this morning, and they went out there with a big machine, and it had steel bristles. And guess what? All the steel bristles started to come off the machine. So they had a crew out there physically walking around, picking up all these little 1-inch steel bristles.
On 2nd and 6, Dave Brown directing Charles Way and throws the ball away. Ike Hilliard was open because
Troy Vincent got away with a penalty. He's going to come back inside. Hilliard right there. See, just grabbed and turned him, and then they couldn't find him, so he just kind of threw the thing away. But Hilliard was open back inside. Still looking for his first NFL reception is Ike Hilliard. 3rd down and 6. Dave Brown flips it underneath to Tiki Barber, incomplete, and that will bring up 4th down. So the Giants kind of fizzled on that offensive sequence, and you're right, the Eagles are putting a lot more pressure on Dave Brown than they did early in the game. That's what they wanted to do. You start hitting them, guess what? You start being the same thing that you can't get away from. It's what you are. That's what the Philadelphia Eagles were hoping would happen with Dave Brown. Brad Maynard back to kick. Antoine Wyatt back deep. Last Maynard kick was deflected, and it went 51 yards nonetheless. That's off a good one. Wyatt at the 32, being chased and down by David Patton, who was taken off the practice squad. David Patton, who played arena football last year out of Western Carolina, stayed with the rookie Antoine Wyatt. Hey, in any league, I don't care what league you're in, that's a great play. Because he used his speed to take the angle. Wyatt couldn't turn the corner, had to come back inside, and he makes the play. There's a flag down as we see Wyatt. So he uses his speed, gets outside. Now, watch him change his course. Watch, he's going to head back upfield. See, he's heading this way, taking away the angle.
Holding on the receiving team, number 88. 10 yards, receiving team retains possession, 1st down.
Jimmy Johnson guilty of holding, and Dave Patton, who was activated off the practice squad for this game by Jim Fossil, already making a contribution.
Okay, Mike.
There's Dave Brown and Jim Fossil in
I just
conference.
wanted to check with you.
Penalty will bring the ball back to the 21-yard line of the Eagles. Just under 6 minutes remaining in the first half. Giants 7, Eagles 3. First down, Denver to Michael Timpson. And Timpson loses wrestling down the former Chicago Bear, who was a teammate of Irving Fryer's when they were both with the New England Patriots a few years ago.
And the New York Giants are trying to run stunts and trying to get pressure on Detmer up inside, and it puts their corners outside man to man, and they're giving a little bit of ground, so Detmer is reading it properly. They're just running them guys off and coming back, going like an 8-yard out.
Gina Wooten back in at free safety for the Giants. Second down and 2. Detmer goes down, and it's Keith Hamilton with the first sack of the game and the year for the Giants. A loss of 5.
He should turn around and thank his corner, because Thomas Randolph is the reason. They went with a stunt up inside. So he turned back outside, and the ball was supposed to come out quick, but Randolph jumps up inside. So he's going to come back inside. Actually, he should thank his linebacker. He should thank Tito Wooten. Wooten got in the way, not Randolph.
Third down and 7 for the Eagles. Giants secondary, short-handed but playing well thus far. Detmer getting out of trouble, and wide open and dropping the pass up the middle is Mark Say. And no one was around him.
This looks like a first game. A lot of mistakes. Again, a nice job of Detmer commanding the pocket. He does a good job in it. Throws on the run, stays all by himself, and it doinks right off his hand.
John Gruden before the game talking about how the loss of Chris T. Jones really affecting the entire offense pass-wise today. There is Toomer, who's back at the 30-yard line, and Tom Hutton to kick it away again for Philadelphia. Nice kick by Hutton. Toomer goes back inside his 15. He had a punt return for a score last year against the Eagles in his rookie year. And this time he's upended at the 32 by Tim Watson. A 60-yard kick by Tom Hutton.
In that last series, it's not like the Giants played the real good defense because he was wide open. They did a good job. Detmer did of avoiding pressure, found him, and there's just no excuse for a dropped ball in this league. For the life of me, I don't get that. Now, I know it's going to happen sometime, but that's your profession. That's what you do. You don't drop it.
You saw the numbers of Dave Brown. He's over 100 yards, but 60 of them came, and mostly a run by way after the catch. First down, Tiki Barber doesn't have much. Remember what Sonny Jurgensen was telling us about Vince Lombardi putting numbers on the ball so that players would concentrate to make catches?
Yeah, well, Chris Zordich put a number on the ball carrier. And that's exactly what he's playing with the quarterback, walking back and forth. Now he's going to walk up and give that 8-man. See, goes back, now comes up. They're going to run right to him. He's unaccounted for. The offensive line doesn't have anybody to take care of him. He comes clean and makes the play.
Veteran safety, Michael Zordich, second down and 8. Dave Brown looking for a receiver. He's got Howard Cross underneath. Gets maybe about 3 yards, and that'll bring up third down and about 6 or 7. Farmer on the play.
We heard Howie Long at the beginning of the game saying that they were concerned about Mike Mamula. Roman Oben working on him. He goes to the spin. Now Charles Way's waiting for him. He misses him again. There's 2 guys waiting for him the whole time. Mamula still gets the pressure and forces this third down. Mamula looks like a different player here today, doesn't he?
And he's moving all over the place. So he is a weapon, especially with Fuller no longer with the team. Mamula is their big pass rusher now.
Well, they needed somebody to step up, and in this game, Mamula's doing a good job. Seems like he always plays well against the New York Giants.
A timeout called by the Giants as the clock got down to about 3 seconds. So that is the first timeout by the Giants in this first half with 3:27 remaining. Each team has 2 remaining. Well, week 2 coming up next week in the NFL. Coverage begins at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, and Matt will be at Three River Stadium as the Redskins go against the Steelers, who going against the Dallas Cowboys. So the Steelers facing 2 NFC East opponents in their first 2 games. The Giants will be in Jacksonville against the Jaguars, and the Packers and the Eagles go at it at Veterans Stadium.
We got ourselves a good slate next week. Carolina will be playing Washington in Carolina tonight. Big NFC East. I should say NFC showdown.
3rd down and 5. Hilliard went in motion, and the pass thrown behind Callaway and nearly picked off by Ryan Dawkins. So that was way off the mark by Dave Brown.
Callaway broke in, ball went out. Right now, to this point, now Dave Brown has to settle down. He has to get back to what he was doing early, just settling down and running the offense, because it looks like he's pressing right now, and he's starting to feel it. The Eagles thought if they could get some pressure on him, they could make him fall apart, and that's happened to this point.
Well, he's getting encouragement from Jim Fossil, and that's something that Brown feels was missing in a big way from Dan Reeves in the last few years. Maynard's kick. Antoine Wyatt going to let it bounce, and it'll go inside the 20, so it takes a giant hop. And the Eagles will begin inside their 20-yard line. Well, the views we're getting of both Giant Stadium and the skyline of New York, the financial district of Manhattan. This year, Snoopy is proud to celebrate his 10th anniversary as co-pilot of the MetLife blimp. I'd want Snoopy to be a co-pilot if I were in one of those.
I don't want no dog driving me around. I'm sorry. There they are. How you doing, boys? Good pictures up there.
Captain Russ Adams, Charlie Graham commanding the MetLife blimp. Eagles with a 1st down on the 17 with 3:05 remaining in the half. Denver getting a rush from Hamilton, completes to Ricky Waters. Waters turning on the Jets. Tito Wooten, one man to beat. That's coming out of bounds, and a flag down at the 30-yard line. And you're right, they'll nullify it.
Yeah, Zandowski got a block on Corey Whitmer and then held him and pulled him back. Whitmer was trying to get off of him, and he couldn't get there. Zandowski got out in front. He had the initial hit, but then he latched on and held on to him. Whitmer tried to get rid of him, and that's what they saw. They saw him pulling back inside.
Former Atlanta Falcon, one of 2 new guards on the team.
Holding on the offense during the run, number 88. 10 yards, 1st down.
So big penalties against the Eagles in this half.
He's going to call that on Jimmy Johnson, but you're going to watch Zandowski, 66, right outside. He's going to come back outside, and they're going to call up here on Jimmy Johnson. Here comes the ball. Now watch Zandowski get right here. Boom, there's the pit right here, and they're going to call it up here. He tries to get off, see, he just pulls it. And there's the other one they call right there. It's actually, they had their choice. There's the hold right there, right on Sam Garnes.
So after the penalty, it'll be 1st down and 6. After the penalty, and a whistle, no play. And this also could go against the Eagles up front.
Before the snap, false start on the offense, number 75. 5 yards, 1st down.
It's Troy Drake, and the second penalty he's committed. Drake taking the place of Richard Cooper, who was lost for the season, the veteran right tackle. So not much experience in the tackle position for Ray Rhodes as he starts this year.
He hasn't been playing too bad in this game. Both of these tackles. Mayberry on one side, Drake on the other side. What has been killing them are the penalties.
2 big penalties when it looked like the Eagles were going to score or about to score. 1st down and 11. Denver swings it out to Garner, and he is knocked out of bounds by Tito Wood.
Charlie Garner's exciting. Charlie Garner is a guy who can make big plays. He's quick. He's quick as a hiccup. He gets out there one-on-one, and he is tough to tackle. He's also a nice changeup from Ricky Waters. He's a little faster than Waters. Gives you a little bit of electric.
Several years ago, he had a big game against Waters' former team, the San Francisco 49ers. That put Charlie Garner on the map. 2-minute warning here as the clock runs down. And we'll return to Giant Stadium with the Giants leading the Eagles 7-3. Coming up on the Dockers Khakis halftime report, JB and Terry will bring you scores and highlights from around the NFL. And Fox News will have an update on the Princess Diana tragedy. That's all coming up on the Dockers Khakis halftime report. 2-minute warning here at Giant Stadium. 2nd and 4 for the Eagles on their 23. Pressure on Detmel, and he has to get rid of it in a hurry. Kevin Turner was the intended receiver.
Philadelphia Eagle offensive line was concerned about both their offensive tackles. And I got to tell you, I think they're playing pretty darn good. They were concerned with Michael Strahan getting a pass rush, and Strahan through this first half has not done very much.
They have kept Strahan at bay effectively. 3rd and 4. Detmer double pumps, and down he goes. And Keith Hamilton makes the play.
That's excellent coverage, because there was lots of time to throw that football. You know, watch, he's gonna, again, they're gonna keep that pocket inside, and he's gonna look down to this side. See, they explode. They come out, coverage, coverage, coverage. Nowhere to throw the football. Nothing else anywhere. He has to eat it and come back inside, but it's not because the offensive line didn't give him time.
2-yard gain that time, and the Giants call a timeout. They have 1 remaining with 1:45 remaining in the half. Fourth down coming up, so the Giants using the timeout. See if they can set something up and get another shot to score before intermission. Tom Hutton on to kick from his 10, and Amani Toomer back deep.
It's a good timeout. They're playing the field position game here. That's good football.
There's Toomer on another good kick by Hutton inside the 30. Toomer looking for an opening. And he's stopped right about the 40-yard line by Deontay Brown. That was a 47-yard kick. Toomer with a 12-yard return. Well, this is interesting, and if you had to take a guess, you might have been wrong about this. Dan Reeves' first game as head coach of the Giants was a win. Ray Handley, also a win, and you'd think, well, I'm sure Bill Parcells started out with a victory, but no, he lost to the Rams. How will Jim Fossil's debut turn out? 1st and 10, and there's Tiki Barber. And Barber gets away. Tiki Barber. Finally wrestled down by Dimry, but not before he gets inside the Eagle 40-yard line. A gain of 21 for the rookie.
Never stopped his legs. Kept on moving the whole time. We talked about the pace. Watch him. Here, Bishop's going to come around inside. You got to come up and make this hit. Farmer's waiting. That's terrible. He comes back inside. Barber makes the big play. And then actually, Charles Dimry fighting off the blocker. That's a good play.
Giants with a first down on the Eagle 39, still with 1 timeout remaining. And Dave Brown's pass is by Tiki Barber out of bounds inside the 15.
And he beat a good player,
William Thomas.
And he beat William Thomas at what Thomas does well. This Tiki Barber, he's a player.
28-yard catch after a 21-yard run.
Listen to the crowd. They're yelling, Tiki, Tiki. Look at this. Over the top. Doesn't get any better than that.
And the Giants with a first down on the 11-yard line with 48 seconds remaining in the half. And this crowd is excited about Tiki Barber. But this time, coming up to make the play is William Thomas on Barber. Then Andy Harmon who made the play on Barber. So Barber will leave the game. But
he got a little bit of hitch right now in his get along. See that?
He had a hamstring problem in preseason, but he's got 79 total yards thus far.
This crowd knows Tiki Barber already.
2nd down and 13 following the penalty. Hilliard in motion. James Willis found himself in the backfield. Mike Mamula in the backfield, flag down with 16 on the clock.
Well, Mamula's going to point at Roman Oben. I don't think it's going to make much of a difference.
Offside on the defense. Number 59. 5 yards. Remains 2nd down.
Eagles have been heavily penalized here in this first half, and 2 big ones nullified some huge gains on offense. 16 seconds remain in the first half. Jim Fossil's Giants have 1 timeout remaining.
Okay. Punish.
Hey, lost in that Tiki Barber great catch was Dave Brown. That's a perfect throw.
Over there, Mark.
Doesn't get any better than what he did right there.
Callaway and Hilliard on the split receivers. Charles Way the setback on 2nd and 8. And Brown going to the end zone looking for Callaway. No flag is down and good coverage by Charles Dimry.
Nice coverage by Charles Dimry. A couple things you have to be aware of. First of all, he gives you a good split. He's going to try to make you think he's going to work back inside. Dimry holds the inside and then runs to the top corner. That's good coverage and good awareness in the coverage.
11 seconds remain now.
As much as Charles Dimry plays and how well he plays, it'll always come back to when Jerry Rice beat him for 5 touchdowns when he was under Jerry Glanville in Atlanta.
He'll never get away from that one.
And of course, I won't let him forget it.
3rd down and 8. And Brown's pass. Touchdown, Callaway. Chris Callaway with the score. And these Giants have a right to be excited. Tiki Barber was the spark, and the Giants score with 6 seconds remaining in the first half. A 9-yard strike from Dave Brown to Chris Callaway. Brad Deloiso is on for the extra point. And the kick is good, and the Giants lead 14-3.
We're not talking any average catch. That was a great catch. Watch him down below. So you got safety sitting inside. He's working on the corner. This is a one-hander. Works off the line, comes down, back to the inside. Now watch the ball. Ball's thrown, boom! One hand to the top, back of the end zone. 6 quick. I would say Dave Brown is pretty happy.
49 of those yards was Tiki Barber with a run and a catch, but it was Callaway who has been Dave Brown's favorite receiver coming into this year. He's got a lot more to throw to, but he went to the guy he's comfortable with for the touchdown to give the Giants a 14-3 lead.
That safety can't let him get inside, especially untouched. First you have to get a jam, which he beat, and then the safety held the outside and had to stay more to the inside. Credit Brown for seeing it, making the throw, and a great catch by Callaway.
Deloiso to kick off, 6 seconds remaining. Keeps it on the ground. And the clock begins to run. Jimmy Johnson picks it up, and time will run out. And they'll hear some cheers here at Giant Stadium, something that's been missing for several years. That is the end of the first half with the score, the Giants 14 and the Eagles 3. Fox NFL Sunday will continue with the Dockers Khakis halftime report after these messages and a word from your local Fox station. And welcome back to Giant Stadium in New Jersey. The sun is out and the Giants leading 14-3 in Jim Fossil's debut as head coach of the Giants. Certainly showing a more up-tempo, more wide-open offense than we've seen, and their defense hasn't been shabby either.
Yeah, and they have this guy named Tiki Barber. Did I mention him?
A few times.
Not a bad player. Tiki Barber has accounted for almost 40% of their offense in the first half. He has made big plays like they hoped he would. You can see 70 to 80 yards of the rest of them 134. They have to continue to use him, but they've got to protect Brown better in the second half.
And a bit of a surprise in this first half, but the Eagles still in this game. Matt, let's take a look at the halftime statistics.
Well, you can take a look, and here's the big thing. First of all, 9 penalties for 65 yards. They've run the ball better than you'd think, the Philadelphia Eagles. And on the other side, this 213 yards of total offense really is 2 big plays.
And this first half highlight is brought to you by 1-800-COLLECT.
This is a tremendous catch by Callaway. Nice job by Dave Brown, looking to the left side and then coming back knowing where Callaway is going to be. Ball to the back of the end zone, and Callaway with a tremendous catch made for a happy Brown.
So Brown threw a touchdown pass and ran for one as the Giants lead 14-3. as we start the second half, but a lot of football left to be played. The Giants will get the ball first. Chris Boniel will be kicking off, and Thomas Lewis is back deep for New York. It is a short kick. The Eagles have not been getting good kicks from Boniel on the kickoffs. Here's Lewis with a head of steam. Thomas Lewis into Eagle territory, and Thomas Lewis still on his feet and brought down by Brian Dawkins inside the 10. '85-yard kickoff return by Lewis.
2 big plays in the first half gave them their 2 touchdowns. Here comes the 3rd big play, this time by Thomas Lewis. The 40-yard line doesn't trip him this time. He runs right over it. And then watch the effort by Dawkins to make this tackle. Stays with it and brings him down on the 7-yard line, 8-yard line.
And the Giants threatening to increase their lead early here in the 3rd quarter. And the handoff to Tiki Barber. And Barber gets down to about the 1-yard line. Dawkins and Zordich make the tackle. So Barber, who limped off after his 28-yard reception and run, apparently all right. And he gets the Giants to, we'll call it the 2.
And he also got some nice blocks up there on that right side. Nice job by Gragg, the right tackle. Nice job on the inside by Bishop. And also Ron Stone, 65.
Ron Zadiska lines up as a tight end. 2nd down and goal. And here is Barber. And Barber, 6, touchdown.
Touchdown.
Tiki Barber with his first NFL touchdown, and the crowd gives him a standing ovation.
Tiki Barber told us, see, Ike Hilliard, that's his guy. They hang out together. He said, we want to get 2 touchdowns between the 2 of us. Here's the first of that deuce. It doesn't happen without a push from the offensive line. A nice job by Charles Way getting in there behind Gragg to give him the way.
And when you talk to Tiki Barber, he said, I still feel I have a lot to prove. People think I'm undersized. I want to show them I can be an every down back. And he's done that thus far. The conversion by Galoiso is good, and the Giants suddenly, convincingly take a 21-3 lead, and it was all set up by this 85-yard kickoff return by Thomas Lewis.
I can't believe they went with the frogs.
Louis.
Our audition was flawless.
Louis.
We did the look. Huh? We did the tongue thing.
Mm-hmm.
That was great.
Louis, frogs sell beer. That's it, man. #1 rule of marketing.
The Budweiser lizards. We could have been huge.
Hey, there'll be other auditions.
Oh, yeah, for what? This was Budweiser, buddy.
No.
This was big. Those frogs are gonna pay.
Let it go, Louis. Let it go.
It's gonna get a little hot around here.
You want me to take him out?
Get in. Sit down. Shut up. And hold on. Steven Seagal takes out the garbage and throws out the trash.
Some people don't know when to quit.
Tell your boss I'm coming to get him.
This summer, you can't escape the heat.
You know, on second thought, I'll tell him.
Steven Seagal, Fire Down Below, rated R. Ignite September 5th at a theater near you.
There's been a lot of tension in the house the last few days. Our first doubleheader weekend is coming up, and I think the stress is starting to show.
The Green Bay-Philly matchup is putting everyone on edge. Favre will be throwing into the teeth of that Eagle D as Ricky Waters looks to bust one open.
But handling this kind of intensity is what makes us professionals.
Fox NFL Sunday, next week at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Check local listings. Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Budweiser, Beechwood Aged for a crisp, clean, classic taste. By Pizza Hut, home of the new Supreme Pizza with 6 very generous toppings. By Levi's Jeans, they go on. And by American Express, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, American Express helps you do more.
Well, the cheers have been few and far between here at Giant Stadium in the last couple of seasons, but with the addition of Tiki Barber and the burst and the magic he gives the Giants and all-round spirited play, the Giants find themselves themselves with a 21-3 lead as Dalariso kicks off. Derek Witherspoon, he's a threat, returns it, and he is hit and stopped cold at about the 21-yard line. And that was Sam Garnes, who played his high school football in the Bronx in New York.
And that's a good deep kick. Now, here's what happens with the short kick. First of all, you pick it up and you're catching it at the 12. But then the second thing is, see, your blockers have a faster chance or a quicker turn to get into their blocks, which creates more of a seam in between. You get on your blocks quicker, the guy gets the ball quicker, and that turns into big plays.
The Eagles at the 21-yard line, first down. And Ricky Waters with a couple. The Eagles outgained the Giants on the ground in the first half as a flag is thrown, late flag. And it was kind of a deceptive advantage they had in the rushing yardage.
They had 75 yards in the first half, but I got news for you. Not much of it came inside. They got a lot of that because of Ricky Waters' ability and vision to bounce it when he had to. Now they spend a lot of money on Everett, the center. They're not getting much of a push between those inside three guys.
Interesting, the tackles are playing well, but they're having problems where they thought they would be strong.
Now, they've been pass protecting well, but they've also been giving them some help. You know, they've been keeping tight ends in and also chipping with Turner, which you'd expect them to do.
There was no foul for unnecessary roughness. The pile was still going on. Second down.
They picked the flag up.
He said the pile was still going on. They now, here comes everybody. Bratsky sees still getting his thing going, and Sam Garnes comes in to just add to about 1,000 pounds on top of Waters.
Garnes just loves being in the NFL. Second down and 8 at the 23. Ty Detmer going underneath, incomplete. And it was Garnes defending against the tight end, Jimmy Johnson.
I like Sam Garnes. And Sam Garnes, first of all, he loves to play. I mean, he said, this is where I wanted to be, and this is where I am. And so they're taking full advantage of that. They put him on special teams. He runs down. Then he also is their strong safety in their regular coverage.
You say strong. We saw pretty sculpted.
Oh, he's slapped
upper body. Yeah. Third down and 8 with 3 wide receivers for the Eagles. Make it 4. Detmer's pass is deflected at the line. Might have been Hamilton get a hand on it, and it was. He's played an outstanding game thus far for the Giants. Keith Hamilton.
I don't think Detmer's played very well at all. I said in the first quarter that he couldn't continue to play that bad, but he has. He's missed open guys. And the other side to that, it looks to me like the Eagle receivers are in slow motion.
And the loss again, as you mentioned at the outset, of Chris T. Jones. Hurting a lot more than maybe people figured. Amani Toomer back, and Hutton will kick from about the 10. Toomer. And he is stopped by Watson. I'll tell you, Tim Watson, who Ray Rhodes knew in Green Bay, has played very well on special teams today for the Eagles. There's injured linebacker Darren Smith, who came over from the Cowboys out with an ankle injury, and also unable to play today has been Bobby Taylor. He's been ailing with a groin pull. First down.
Okay, guys, it's over.
And nothing there.
You know, sometimes when you're a linebacker or a defender, you come up and you make the tackle. Sometimes you put the hit on the guy, and sometimes the guy, and in this case Charles Way, puts the hit on you.
Charles Way, when he's teamed with Tiki Barber, gives the Giants an all Cavalier backfield.
I think he's pretty good. He's getting better.
University of Virginia. Second down and 10 at the 34. Ike Hilliard still looking for his first catch in his first game. Is in motion, and this pass intended for Hilliard incomplete.
Ike Hilliard is getting how to play receiver in the NFL from Troy Vincent. See, now you have 5 yards to get a jam. He's going to come back in motion. Watch, he's going to go in. Now watch, he's going to come out. You have 5 yards to get your hit. Watch Vincent. Boom. Puts a helmet. Now a good job of Hilliard of able to work off the jam. But what it does is it messes up your pattern.
Penalty marker down. Mike Carey.
Illegal shift on the offense. 2 men moving at the same time. That foul is declined. Third down.
Third down and 10. Bobby Taylor teaming with Troy Vincent. He really did not get to play much in preseason. That's why Dimmery was a good pickup. Former Tampa Bay Buck. You mentioned played with the Falcons as well. Third down and 10 out of the shotgun. Inside handoff to Tiki Barber. And Barber gets some room out to the 39-yard line where William Thomas makes the play, and enough room for Maynard to get a kick away on fourth down. Giants leading 21-3 and scoring suddenly here early in the third quarter. Thomas Lewis returning the opening kickoff 84 yards, and then Tiki Barber ultimately going in for his first NFL score. Antoine Wyatt back, and Brad Maynard from Ball State to kick it.
That's movement inside on Scott Gallion, 52. So once you're set, and even though you're in a 2-point, you can't move.
False start on the offense, number 53. 5 yards. It remains fourth down.
He meant 2.
But he's close.
He's close. 1 off.
Jim Fossil talking to his defensive unit. Last year was the offensive coordinator with the Arizona Cardinals and had been with the Giants as offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach in 91 and 92. He was the offensive coordinator in 92. Maynard gets a good high kick. Wyatt with a fair catch at about the 16-yard line. 51-yard punt by Brad Maynard. We'll be right back. Back at Giant Stadium, still early in the third quarter. The Giants leading the Philadelphia Eagles 21-3. There is Jason Dunn, who had such an impressive rookie year a year ago. Unimpressive in preseason, dropping a lot of passes and still yet to get on track. First down and 10 at the 16. This is the worst starting field position for the Eagles today. Denver with a short drop, and it goes underneath to Dunn. And making the play right there was Corey Widmer. Well, if you haven't heard about The Visitor by now, you must be from another planet. The world will be watching on Friday, September 19th at 8, 7 Central, when The Visitor arrives on Fox. Prepare yourself. Are you prepared?
I'm a Boy Scout. That's your motto. Be prepared.
I don't think Boy Scouts are going to be able to handle The Visitor.
No. They're trustworthy, loyal, helpful.
Very good. Second and 7. Oh, big pass. He nearly picked off by Sehorn. Intended for Michael Timpson.
That's good defense by Sehorn, and a poor job by Timpson of not coming back to the ball. I want you to watch who breaks on the ball first. Nice job of Sehorn reading the quarterback, sees it. Now watch, see, Timpson stopped his feet. You have to come back to that ball. Sehorn read it first and broke. Timpson kind of waited.
Yeah, the Giants playing without Felipe Sparks and Conrad Hamilton, their nickel corner. They've more than held their own in the secondary today. Third down and 7. And Detmer sacked inside the 15. Michael Strahan finally gets unleashed.
They didn't give him any help, and he beat Drake outside. Watch him right down here. He's going to be working on Big Drake right there. Come upfield, throws him to the side. Drake gets too high and gives too much inside. So what he does, he works his top shoulder and then comes back inside and comes up with a sack.
So the Giants, with a ferocious defensive sequence, force Hutton to kick from the end zone. Amani Toomer looking to give the Giants good field position. Flag is down. That's a hold. And the kick, not a good one, and Dunn will down it at the 46-yard line of the Eagles.
Tito Wooten got a great jump around the corner, and they had to hold him or that thing would have been blocked.
Now, Giants have a choice here. They have the ball in Eagle territory, or do you try to have them kick again? I think their field position could be better.
I think that's great field position. Watch right down here. Watch Tito Wooten. He's going to come around the corner. They're going to block him right there and pull him right down. That's a nice tackle. Tim Watson, who's been playing great in special teams,
Holding on the kicking team, number 33. That foul is refused.
Good call.
First down. Timeout.
Michael Strahan put him in this position with the sack.
This week on the Fox Saturday Baseball Game of the Week, the playoff race heats up. Orioles, Yankees. And, of course, the Orioles with a 7.5 game lead over the Yankees. Astros will be playing the Giants. Coverage begins 1/2 hour before game time within the zone, followed by all the action. Check your local listings for the game and time in your area. Giants starting in Eagle territory at the 47-yard line. Dave Brown with a slant to Callaway. Callaway gets to the 39, gets about 8 yards on the play with Jimry preventing the first down.
Giants are in a driver's seat right now. Giants they can do whatever they want. They're up 21-3. Defensively, they've been holding. Philadelphia does not look very good at all. They can afford to be two-dimensional, use Tiki Barber when they want. Quick ball. Here they're going quick offense. See that right there?
And the give is to Barber. Finds an opening. Tiki Barber has the first down inside the Eagle 35-yard line. But Jim Fossil was saying that the one thing he's still concerned about is the ability for the Giants to finish games. In preseason, they had a lead on a couple of occasions and couldn't get the job done.
One of the things he's doing is he's speeding this game up. And you got that 45-second look. He's coming out to the ball. He's there with 20 seconds to go, and they're going on quick counts. Look at that right there.
That puts the defense back on their heels, and this pass was incomplete, and it wasn't even close. Amani Toomer and Troy Vincent was closest to the ball than Toomer. And there you see Brown motioning to Toomer on the pass route he ran.
Make a difference what kind of route he ran. That was a bad ball. I mean, maybe he was expecting him to come back inside. Vincent was holding the inside. Him over the top. He's going to break to the inside. Toomer comes back inside. It looks like Brown wanted Toomer to go inside.
2nd and 10 on the 34. Tiki Barber finds an opening, and it closes in a hurry, but a gain of about 4. Jimmy Jones on the play. There's Rodney Peete.
Yeah, he's warming up, getting a stretch. He starts. We may see some Rodney Peete.
He lost his job not because he was beaten out by Ty Detmer, but because of the knee injury. But it was Pete who engineered a playoff drive 2 years ago and actually beat the Lions in the wild card game 2 seasons ago. 3rd and 6 for the Giants out of the shotgun. Brown goes underneath. Flag is down behind the line of scrimmage, and the pass was caught by Ike Hilliard.
We could have a holding call here on Roman Oben working on Mike Mamula.
I think that's exactly what the play will be. It is a hold against the Giants.
I'll tell you this, on the other side, Troy Vincent is trying to be as physical as he can with Ike Hilliard. And he is trying to put a helmet on him every play. Watch Troy Vincent. He's going to work on the rookie. Gets a good jam. Gets a good push. Is physical the whole time. Good defense. And then watch the other side. You're going to watch Mueller right here. Working on Roman Oben. Goes with the power rush. Comes back to the outside. And Oben just tackles him. Pulls him down from the front side. Actually, they're going to take that thing back, which would take them out of field goal position, but also gives them the 3rd down over again.
They need 17 for the first down, and anything short would set up a better field goal situation for Brad DeLuiso. Giants have gained over 6 yards per play, which has been unheard of for them offensively the last couple of seasons.
When you had some big plays, and big plays have done it. The biggest one, of course, to Charles way back in the first quarter, and then the Tiki Barber one up the sideline, which set up the throw to Callaway.
Way back.
Way.
Barber certainly has given the Giants the spark.
There's another big play right there when Thomas Lewis had the big return. Really 3 big plays to set up 3 touchdowns.
3rd down and 17 on the Philadelphia 41. Hilliard is in motion. And Brown's pass caught, held tackle, and Ike Hilliard with his first NFL catch. And it's a beauty. Picks up 20 yards and a giant first down.
Watson is down, but you know what I like about that play? Vincent has been beating up Hilliard all day, and look where he makes his first catch. Right back to the inside, in the paint. Knowing there's a safety sitting there, Watson puts him down with a good hit. Hilliard gets up, Watson stays down. Nice throw by Brown, stays in the pocket. Ball's right where it has to be.
Hilliard came out of Steve Spurrier's pro-style offense at the University of Florida. Riedel Anthony, who's with Tampa Bay, the other outstanding receiver. But the Giants feel they've got a good one. We'll be right back. Tim Watson, the injured Eagle who was on the ground, got up in his own power and came off, so he's all right. 7:48 and running remaining in the third quarter. Last year, the Eagles outgained the Giants by, well, almost 500 yards. Today, totally different story. First down for Dave Brown, and his pass is almost caught by Ike Hilliard on the run. Tried to make an incredible grab and to stay in the end zone before going out of bounds and getting control.
Almost had it. Working on the outside on Charles Dimry. Dimry's going to fall right there when he turns. Hilliard has a chance and just can't quite hold on to it.
Second down and 10. So Hilliard and Tiki Barber have made some contributions in their first NFL games, for Jim Fossil making his debut today. The pitch is to Barber, and Barber is hit and down, and good penetration by Troy Vincent from the secondary.
Nice job from Troy Vincent. You don't see a lot of corners coming up and sticking their face in there. And I played with two great corners. Mike Haynes is in the Hall of Fame, and Lester Hayes. And we call Lester the judge. Judge wanted nothing to do with tackling. He used to tell us all the time, I get paid to cover. And that's kind of the attitude most corners have. Troy Vincent showed he can make tackles.
And we talked about Bobby Taylor before. He has come into the game for the Eagles in the secondary. Third down and 9. Out of the shotgun from the 21. Pressure on Brown, getting rid of it in a hurry. Lewis was downfield, but he had no choice as the Eagles came storming in on Dave Brown.
They gave him the blitz up inside, and they went man-to-man outside. And again, Vincent do a good job of getting his hands on the receiver. You know, watch, they're going to come right up inside with the blitz. Here comes the safety. Brown sees it, knows where he has to go, man-to-man outside. But Vincent does a good job slowing down the route. It's an incompletion.
Brad Deloiso, who missed a 44-yard field goal, will hit one from 39 yards out, and this kick is good, and the Giants have added to their lead. The score now, the Giants 24, the Eagles 3, with 6:43 remaining in the third quarter.
Well, what has happened now is the Philadelphia Eagles have got to throw to get back in this game. And so they become effectively one-dimensional. What has also not happened for the Philadelphia Eagles is they've not been able to get open. Their receivers. It's been either a good job by the New York Giants secondary or a poor job by the Eagle receivers. To me, it looks like they look slow to me today. It looks like they don't really have their legs.
Giants have scored 24 points. Last year, that would have been the second most points of any game in the season. They scored 35 against the Lions and then 23 against Arizona. So the offense has shown a little spark, and you can't criticize a defense that has yet to give up a touchdown today.
I see Ty Detmer has his baseball hat on, and Rodney Pete's got his helmet on. So we could be going with the change right here.
Aloiso will be kicking off, and Witherspoon and Wyatt to receive for the Eagles. Aloiso with a line drive kick. Antoine Wyatt, the rookie from Bethune-Cookman, running it out. Tripped up and down inside the 20. Rodney Young made the initial hit, and Wyatt appears shaken up.
And it will be Pete. Wyatt is down, holding his knee. And the third thing that Rodney Young made a nice play. Worked off the block, came back in and made the tackle. Good special teams play.
So Ty Detmer has been yanked, and Rodney Pete will be coming on in. And right now they're working on Antoine Wyatt. Let's see if we can pick up the injury on the return.
He's feeling for it right there. Goes right to that left knee.
Well, the Eagles hope that Pete can inject something that they haven't had so far today. And right now, for a McDonald's game break, let's return to James Brown at our Fox Television Center in Hollywood.
Hey, Dick and Bub, Troy Aikman, 4 touchdown passes today, ties his career high. Swing pass to Moose Johnston. No one picks him up. Dallas spanking the Steelers 34-0. Steelers last shutout in '93 may happen today. Back to Dick and Matt.
Well, they said that they were coming back with a new attitude. They were more focused. You had the big three they talked about. You're going to have Emmett, you have Troy Aikman, you have Michael Irvin, you have Anthony Miller outside. And it looks like their defense, and they have a goose egg up on the board right now. It looks like Dallas.
You could sense in preseason, and despite the incident with Barry Switzer and so forth, you could sense in preseason that the Cowboys were calmed down from what it was a year ago, that a lot of that furor and off the field activity had settled down, and they were really concentrating on football this time.
Well, it also looks like if Troy Aikman looks like he's throwing like he is, that offensive line is protecting. Remember, that's Blitzburg, where they're giving you all those different looks.
Rodney Peete in relief of Ty Detmer, the quarterback, starting from the 19-yard line with 6:33 to go in the third, and a screen pass to Ricky Waters. And Waters brings it out for a first down beyond the 30-yard line, and Robert Massey making the tackle, a pickup of 13.
That's the third time they've run that screen, third time it's been open, first time it's worked. Ian Beckles now in at guard, number 62. They take Panos from the right side, move him to the left side.
Waters with 71 total yards today. Eagles still held without a touchdown thus far. First down on the 32, and they go to Ricky Waters again. And he picks up about 3 yards, and it was Jason Sehorn coming up from the secondary. Eagles had known that this was an important game for them, looking ahead to the Packers and the Cowboys in the next 2 weeks. Considering it's only week 1. Crucial game, believe it or not, in Ray Rowe's mind. 2nd and 7. Pete's pass caught by Timpson, and Michael Timpson hit and appears to have enough at will for another Eagles first down.
I'll tell you this, Rodney Peete has what Ty Detmer didn't. And then right now it looks like it's accuracy, because he's still getting his protection, standing in the pocket, but the ball right now is where it has to be. And they're throwing underneath, and they're being patient, just wanting to move the ball down the field.
The Eagles look more in rhythm right now offensively than they've had at any time. Rodney Peete with first down, firing away, incomplete, and pressure put on Rodney Peete. Corey Miller.
Yeah, Jason Sehorn has quietly turned in a pretty good game. You really haven't. The wide receivers have not done very well. Robert Massey, another guy who's come in really off the street, was just released. He's playing well.
And Antoine Wyatt being carted off the field. Eagles facing 2nd and 10 at the 44, so they've lost another wide receiver. They've got 3 out there now. He fakes the screen pass, being chased by Corey Miller. And out of bounds.
No place to throw that. They took away the screen early.
Strahan.
And then he scrambled and got out of there. Watch, they're going to try to set this thing up over here. Going to let him in, set it to the outside. Nice job right here. Hamilton and Strahan, they see it, takes that away. Now he has to come back to the other side, and Massey is taking away the only receiver he has by throwing Irvin Fryer into the sideline.
3rd down and 12 for the Eagles on their 42-yard line with 4:12 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Pete steps up and going up top for Mark Say. Catch by Say. Spectacular between two defenders at the 20-yard line, and a big gain of 38 yards.
That's the second great catch we've seen today. Callaway with the touchdown. Again, Pete protected, has time, throws it right down the middle of the field. Now watch this catch. You can't draw him up any better. One hand, pulled it into the body. Great concentration, Say, with a big play. Sehorn looked back. Ellsworth is hanging over the top and makes the tackle, but not before the great effort.
No, Strahan nearly got the ball from Pete before he got rid of it. Draw play to Ricky Waters. Cutting inside and hitting at the 15 by Robert Massey. So that's the second superb one-handed catch we've had today. Say on that last play, and Callaway for a giant touchdown in the first half.
You know, they really, the New York Giants have not gotten to the quarterback much today at all. I mean, you had a sack by Hamilton, you had one by Strahan, but both these tackles have played relatively pretty good. Not great, but better than expected, I think.
An impressive drive of 66 yards, far better than the previous 4 for the Eagles. Second down and 5. Pete gets a rush, goes underneath to Timpson, and he is wrestled out of bounds at the 4-yard line by Percy Ellsworth. So the Eagles showing a semblance of offense really for the first time today on this drive.
And what they're showing is Rodney Peete looks like he's ready to play. I mean, Rodney Peete, like I said earlier, he has what Ty Detmer did. I mean, he's on his game. He's accurate. He's thrown to the open receiver underneath. He's given his receivers a chance. That's something that Detmer didn't do from the beginning of the game to the time they yanked him.
First and goal at the 4-yard line. Ricky Waters gets him out to the 3. Last year, Rodney Peete sailed along until Game 5 against the Dallas Cowboys, and that's when he tore the tendon in his right knee, and his season was history.
There's John Gruden, the offensive coordinator. One of the things that the Eagles are doing right now also is their pace is a little quicker. They're in and out of the huddle a little faster. They get to the line of scrimmage and they're making some plays.
Second and goal. Ricky Waters, and he's over. Touchdown, Eagles. So the Eagles, with plenty of time to mount a comeback, get a very important touchdown with 1:27 remaining in the third quarter. And Ricky Waters going over from the 2.
Ricky Waters wanted to throw that ball somewhere. Heck, he ran all the way in to the bench and threw it behind. But that's a great series. Not only Ricky Waters, but the guy who had the great series is Rodney Peete. He's under control, and he brought that offense together in one series.
He lit a fire under the Eagles, no question about it. Chris Bonio with the extra point, and the kick is good, and the Giants lead now is 24-10.
And they're going to run inside. This is all set up because of the passing game, and then a nice job of Ricky Waters starting to the left side and then coming all the way back to the right side. So credit his vision. And then I want you to look at purpose. See, he's thinking of something. He's got 50 yards to figure out what he wants to do. He's not quite sure. See, he's kind of in between. Should I spike it? Should I not spike it? Should I accept some congratulations? Should I not? Then he gets over there. I think he ran out of things to do.
What about giving it back?
So he just fired it at the wall.
You can always give it back, Ricky. But the Eagles, and I'll tell you the big play, Mark Say with the superb one-handed catch.
Tremendous catch. And Ricky Waters got his game face on.
So the Eagles getting a big touchdown. And there is Ty Detmer and Rodney Peete. And those two have supported each other. And that's not just Blarney. They really have during that competition. A 10-play, 81-yard drive. And Rodney Peete was 4 for 5 in that drive. And Thomas Lewis, who returned the second half kickoff 84 yards, is back deep. Another short kick. Lewis from the 3-yard line. And this time the Eagles send enough white jerseys down, and Lewis down at the 16. And that kick kind of went a lot deeper than it first appeared. Well, next week, the Redskins and the Steelers at Three River Stadium, where the Steelers are getting beaten badly by the Cowboys. Coverage begins at 12 noon.
Skins play tonight in Carolina.
Giants in the late game go against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Packers against the Eagles. That'll be at 4 o'clock Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. Next Sunday, the NFL on Fox. Week 2. Great to have the season underway.
Love it. This is my favorite time of the year.
How did I know that? First down and 10 at the 16 for the Giants. Tiki Barber trying to go outside. And he gets a couple of yards. Barber getting the start. Tyrone Wheatley has not seen action for the Giants today, and Rodney Hampton with an injured knee. So Barber has started and delivered in his first game.
I'll tell you something for the Philadelphia Eagles right now. This is a big series. Because if they can hold them down in here and get some field position, they're right back in the middle of this game.
Wheatley last year, 400 yards on the ground, but giving way to Barber. And that's why Tiki Barber with a burst up the middle gets a giant first down. Zordich making the tackle at the 29.
Tiki Barber just ran right through Ray Farmer. Watching, I don't think Ray Farmer is having himself a stellar game today. I think they missed Darren Smith. Ray Farmer is not the biggest guy. He's a converted safety. He's played tentative at times. That time, Tiki Barber just ran right through his arm tackle.
5'9" and a lot more power than he looks. Number 21. First down at the 29. And a bootleg. Dave Brown being chased by the free safety Brian Dawkins and out of bounds after a gain of 6. We have 10 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Giants leading by 24-10. Jim Fossil celebrating his 48th birthday today, and he told us before the game, if you have to wonder what my ideal birthday present would be, you haven't been around. Time runs out, and that is the end of the third quarter with the score, the Giants 24 and the Eagles 10. Fox NFL Sunday will continue after these messages and a word from your local Fox station. Dick Stockton along with Matt Millen in the opening game of the year. And there was Rodney Peete, who led the Eagles on their only touchdown march in relief of Ty Detmer, who was ineffective. Dave Brown, as we start the fourth quarter, gets tripped up probably as a result of getting tangled with his center, Derek Engler.
Remember, Engler's a rookie. And Engler has taken every snap, like I mentioned earlier, but he's still a rookie. And he's quietly gone in and he's done himself a pretty good job. But you have to expect that you're going to have some miscues with a rookie starting his first game.
Remember Brian Williams, who may be the Giants' best offensive lineman, out with an eye injury.
Well, he is their best lineman.
No maybes about it.
No maybes.
3rd and 5. Out of the shotgun. Pressure on Brown. His pass caught deep, shy of the first down. Complete to Chris Callaway. And right now for McDonald's game break, let's return to James Brown at our Fox Television Center in Hollywood.
Hey, Dick and Matt, a career day for Robert Smith of the Vikings here. A career 78-yard run from scrimmage. A career 169 yards on a day. Matt, I think he's come back from that knee injury last year pretty strongly. Minnesota 27-13. Back to Dick.
I completely agree with you, JB. And any time you're going to give him that much field, nobody's going to catch him because he can scoot. He got the skinniest legs of any running back I've ever seen, but he can pick him up and put him down.
Question is, can he stay healthy? Because last year he was healthy and then he got shaken up. But if he can stay healthy for a full season, the Vikings are really going to be well fortified. They measure, and they're way short, and by about a yard. And that was apparent from up here.
That was a good defensive play by Troy Vincent, who's played himself a pretty good game. He's played physical. He's been asked to cover a myriad of receivers. He's done it relatively well all game long.
There's Troy Vincent, the former Miami Dolphin, in his second year, and would like to step it up a bit. Not totally happy with his performance of a year ago.
I mean, it's a transition year. Remember, it's one of the things with free agency is you've got to come in, not only learn your system, learn all the calls, but learn the people you're around. And I think last year was his transition year. Now he's got to step up.
Brad Maynard will be kicking. You saw Mark Say going back deep. Antoine Wyatt, who had been returning punts, was injured and removed from the field. one defender. And finally, Charles Wade, who plays on special teams, among other things, makes the play on save. Back at Giant Stadium, the Eagles with a first down at the 32. And if there's ever been pressure on the Giant defense in this game, it's now, because Rodney Peete was impressive with that last scoring drive. And Peete falls down, and he got tangled up with his new center, Steve Everett.
And the Eagles are doing, they decided to spread things out. They're going with 3 wide receivers and a rookie tight end in Chad Lewis, who they know can catch the ball, may not run as well as Jason Dunn, but they want to get the catch, and then 1 back. So effectively, they have 5 pass-catching guys on the field right now.
Including that 1 back, Ricky Waters.
That's what I'm talking about. Waters can catch the ball.
2nd and 13. Seahorn was on a blitz, and they pass it out to the flat to Ricky Waters, who picks up good yardage on first down. Jesse Armstead making the play and a gain of 8 yards.
So I'll tell you what they're doing, Dick. What they're doing is they're saying, okay, we're going to have 5 receivers out. That means we're going to trust Mayberry and Drake to be able to protect you, because we're only going to keep 5 guys in. So bring what you want. We're going to get rid of the ball, and we're going to trust those guys to protect us.
It'll be 3rd down and 4. There is Jermaine Mayberry, number 1 pick last year. Peete stepping up, has time, and the pass caught by Ricky Waters, and Waters dives into Giant territory. That's to the 40-yard line. That was an inch or so off the turf, and a gain of 22 yards for Waters.
Hey, say about what you want, about the complaining, give me the ball, all that stuff. I will say this about Ricky Waters. The guy makes plays. That is not an easy catch. And then he uses his big body and the running ability to pick up a big first down the field.
And he's playing at a different speed than the Eagles have had so far today. First down on the Giant 40. Here is Waters again. And this time the Giants come up, and it's Robert Harris who stuffs the run for no gain.
Ray Rhodes is saying, okay, let's let that offensive line block. They haven't really mounted any kind of a pass rush. So on the other side of the football, I would think John Fox is going to have to say, all right, let's see if those 5 can pick up our 6, or our 5 will come and overload one side. I would expect a blitz somewhere around this area.
Waters over 100 yards. There's the offensive line. Chad Lewis and Charlie Garner have come in. Good receiver and a good speed back on 2nd and 10. Irving Pryor in motion. Pressure up the middle on Rodney Peete. Directing traffic, and his pass up the middle is caught by Michael Timpson, and he was wide open. And that will be enough for an Eagles first down.
And that will be all Rodney Peete. They came with a double stunt, double exit, as they used to call it. They bring both guys down inside. Peete sees the pocket starting to collapse. Look at his eyes. See, directing the whole time. Looks down the field, sees the middle of the field. Look at that. That's a great shot.
Look at those eyes.
That's a great shot. Timpson sitting down inside, another first down.
The Eagles coming back, trailing by 2 touchdowns, have a 1st and 10 on the Giant 28. Here is Charlie Garner looking for running room, and Garner gets to the 21-yard line. He picks up about 8 yards. Well, the Eagles are on a roll right now, and you can sense that the momentum has shifted. In Philadelphia, dormant offensively throughout the game, has been awakened thanks to Rodney Peete taking over.
They strapped that saddle to Peete and said, giddy up, and he's responding. Then Ricky Waters has made some plays for him, and now it's Charlie Garner's turn.
2nd and 3. On the play, a loss of a yard, and Chad Bratsky came up with help from Jesse Armstead, and a loss of 1. Plenty of time remaining here in the 4th quarter. The Giants, who are up 24-3, now 24-10, and the Eagles in this half have outgained the Giants by about 50 yards or so.
I got news for you. This is 4-down territory.
3rd down and 4. Peete with a short time. with Armstead providing the hit on Irving Fryer.
He tackled his chin strap right off the helmet. I mean, he broke the chin strap. Watch inside. This is toughness, concentration. Bang! Look at the hit. Jesse Armstead hit him right in the kisser, and literally he broke the chin strap right off the helmet.
The Eagles get a first down on the Giant 14. Ricky Waters back in. And Waters gets the number called, and Armstead is right there.
The bad decision by Ricky.
A loss of 1.
Waters wanted to try to bounce it outside, thought he saw something inside, but Jesse Armstead did a nice job taking the right angle from the inside out. He was going to play Waters from the inside out, so if Waters comes back in, he's there, and then he was going to turn it into a foot race outside.
Well, Jim Fossil told us yesterday that the two things we have to do, stop the weapons, Irving Fryer and Ricky Waters. They are, without a doubt, the big weapons on the Eagles. They've used both of them in this drive. 2nd and 10. Pete going deep, and a flag is down, and Kevin Turner makes the catch.
Oh, no, he's going to call that an interception.
Interception by
But Turner came down with the ball.
They ruled Corey Miller intercepted it, and Turner came down with the ball.
That's 6.
It's a touchdown.
But now there's a flag on the field.
With the ball in the air, a flag was thrown. I don't know how they could call interception because Turner had the ball. I mean, that wasn't even close that way.
That's a great job by Kevin Turner. All of a sudden, Rodney Pete
on the defense. Decline.
That's 6, boys.
Touchdown.
They have turned this thing completely around. Watch Kevin Turner in the concentration. Turns upfield. Corey Miller right there. He looks, you look. Ball's there. Steals it right out of his hands. That's a great play.
And also, Turner did have the angle on Miller. Miller's in front, but notice...
Yeah, but you got to come over the top and make that play. I mean, that ball is anybody's ball, and Kevin Turner said it's mine. And on top of that, came down with his feet inside.
Boniol with the extra point. And the kick by Chris Boniol is good. And the Philadelphia Eagles have scored 2 touchdowns with Rodney Pete leading the way, and now trail the Giants by only 7. The Eagles have put a big scare into the Giants with 2 straight touchdowns engineered by Rodney Pete. That was a 9-play, 54-yard drive and a superb catch by Kevin Turner to cut the Giant lead to 7. And Ray Rhodes went to the bullpen at the right time, Matt, no question about it. As in relief of Ty Detmer, Rodney Pete has completed 9 of 10 passes. And the Eagles very much back in this game, trailing by only a touchdown with plenty of time remaining, 8 minutes and 15 seconds. Boniol's kickoff. Lewis coming on over, and Lewis at the 10-yard line on the return. And he carries it out to the 31. He had a return of 84 yards early in this half. Well, Richard Roundtree heads an incredible ensemble cast in 413 Hope Street, the most powerful place on television this fall, premiering Thursday, September 11th on Fox.
He just don't look like the same old chap, does he?
Well, it's been a few years.
Big series here for the New York Giants.
Giants starting from the 32. Dave Brown swings it out to Tiki Barber. Oh, that's a big play by William Thomas. Again, let's take a look at the 2 Eagle quarterbacks, and Rodney Pete has come in and has brought the Eagles back to within a touchdown.
You see, we talked about Detmer not having it early, and he never really got it, but Rodney Pete's come in not only with the hot hand, but he's picked up the whole offense. It's playing at a different pace, it's playing faster, and now the momentum has switched.
We said there was pressure on the Giant defense the last series. Now there's pressure on the Giant offense. 2nd and 11, and here is Barber. Nothing there. Loss on the play. Andy Harmon.
That's a good defensive call by Emmett Thomas. See, he went with a run blitz. And what he's going to do is he's going to bring this guy back inside, and so they're effectively going to take away all the run lanes inside. So here comes the blitz right to the top side. There's no place to run that football. Everybody's filling a spot. Barber's got nowhere to run.
There is Emmett Thomas right behind the post. 3rd down and 11. Giants with shotgun again. And the pass falling down was Lewis. He lost his footing again. Charles Dimry was defending. But Lewis, who caught a pass and fell down earlier when he was wide open, lost it again.
And he had Charles Dimry right where he wanted him. He broke in front. He's lucky that thing didn't get picked, and it was a nice ball thrown by Brown, but Lewis stumbled, and that's a big series for the Philadelphia Eagles.
I don't think he likes this turf, Thomas Lewis. Do you?
I think he better get used to it because it's the turf they're using.
You're not going to take it up now. 4th down and 3 and out for the Giants, which was the last thing they needed. Brad Maynard with a good high kick. Mark Say going back. Say at the 11-yard line. Trying to turn the corner.
He got
Mark Say gets around, and he's got just a couple of feet, and knocking him out of bounds was David Patton, but Mark Say with a 41-yard punt return gives the Eagles field position in Giant territory.
Watch David Patton. He was in the Arena League, wasn't even on the flip chart today. Special teams is about 1-2. Now, there goes the ball. There goes Say up top. Now watch him take the right angle. Don't follow the same color jersey and then just run him down. That's a tremendous effort by David Patton.
So Jim Fossil's Giants now facing an Eagle threat. Best starting field position of the day. And the give is to Ricky Waters. Finds an opening. Waters with Tito Wooten to beat. Gets inside the 25-yard line, and it appears that there's no stopping the Philadelphia Eagles right now.
And they are coming around that corner, got some nice blocks, and then Ricky Waters does the rest. Watch what they do to Bratsky. Nice job by Jermaine Mayberry right there. Allows him to get to the corner. Now I want you to watch the stiff arm. This is the Walter Payton move. See, you are on the attack when you're running. You're going down. You know you're going to be tackled. You just jam that thing right back out.
Gain of 24 for Ricky Waters. First down on the Giant 22. Eagles trailing by a touchdown. Waters again. And he is tripped up by Jesse Armstead and a gain of a yard. So how well has Rodney Peete brought the Eagles back? Those are the 2 drives he's engineered.
Not too shabby. 149 yards on 20 plays, 2 touchdowns. More than the numbers. Forget the numbers. He's energized this team. Heck, he's energized me. We got ourselves a game.
You're up there with the MetLife blimp right now.
This is what football's all about.
Comebacks are great in this sport. 2nd and 9 at the 21. Peete gets hit. Pass is intercepted by Garnes. Sam Garnes. And Sam Garnes is going to go all the way. And there's a flag down at the 32-yard line. Penalty marker down at the 32. So let's wait to see if the touchdown will hold up on the interception.
Nice call by John Fox. Came with the blitz inside. Peete thought he had no safety in the middle of the field. Garnes sat and waited and played it perfectly.
That would be a 95-yard interception for a score pending the penalty.
Looks like this one's going to come back.
Cation given yet.
Personal foul, face mask on the offense. The score is good. The foul
It's going to go.
On the kickoff.
And Sam Garnes, who played his high school football at DeWitt Clinton High School in the Bronx and played on the dirt fields at Yonkers and Westchester, with a 95-yard interception return for a touchdown as the Giant fans held their collective breaths waiting to see which way that penalty would go.
Sam Garnes made it happen because he had discipline. See, he had discipline as a rookie to stay where he had to be, stay and hang in the middle of the field, key the quarterback size, and broken that thing, and then it was 95 in history.
So well, 3 of the 5 Giant rookie starters have made a contribution. Garnes in a big way, and Brad DeLuiso on for the conversion. It's good, and the Giants lead now 31-17. How great this man must feel, who played high school football in New York City, and in his first game does this. Giants leading 31-17 as Sam Garnes returns the 4th longest interception return in Giants history, 95 yards.
Could not have played it any better. Sam Garnes has told this crowd that this one's history. That's a big-time play, not only for him, rookie, forget, for any player. His timing was just impeccable.
There was a face mask penalty after the kickoff. Giants kicking from the 45, and it goes into the end zone for a touchback.
Remember, I told you they were going to have to come with a blitz sometimes. They're going to lock the tight end with Strahan. They're going to bring the 3 linemen, Jesse Armstead and Corey Widmer, from the outside. So you're going to get 5 people coming. Now, Pete looks up top. So he looks up top, and he never sees Sam Garnes. He sees the 5 people coming in here and assumes because of the man that they're locked outside. He never sees Sam Garnes hanging to the middle. Garnes read it perfectly, maintained the discipline, and then it was 95 yards later, and he knew it. He never saw him. I mean, there's nothing he could do about it.
The Eagles with a first down on the 20-yard line with just under 5 minutes to go. There is enough time for Philadelphia, and Pete gets away from one defender, and downfield Kevin Turner makes a fine catch and out of bounds in Giant territory, and a gain of 36 yards for the Eagles.
Nothing wrong with that knee for Rodney Peete. And he's looking for the coverage the whole time, and he's going to look on Irvin Fryer. Massey's hanging right with it. Now he's going to look to the other side when they start to scramble, and it's going to be Timpson working on Thomas Randolph. Turns him over to the safety. Safety's Tito Wooten sitting right back inside. Now the reason the play is made is because Pete bought time with his feet, got outside, was able to find Turner down the field.
Those fans who made their way to the exits may be premature. There is plenty of time remaining. First down on the Giant 45. Pete has time, and he passes underneath to Timpson. Wrestled down by Sehorn. Just shy of the first down. Very close, maybe a half a yard.
Yeah, but you see they're going with the hurry-up huddle. And again, the Giants have not gotten a lot of pressure. The offensive line of the Eagles has played relatively well in the pass game.
A lot better than the Eagles had anticipated, with very little experience at the tackles. Each team has all timeouts remaining. And Pete goes down.
Good coverage.
That was Michael Strahan, and that is his 2nd sack of the day.
And that was because of coverage. He had time, he set his feet, he was able to throw, but there was no place to throw to. They're going to just come with a 4-man side, and he sets his feet, lots of time, throw. Look, nothing. There's nothing to throw to. Out here, down here, nothing.
Loss of 5 yards. And a whistle. Let's see whether there was movement on the line.
Before the snap, there was a false start on the offense. Number 71, 5 yards.
Left tackle Jermaine Mayberry. Eagles have allowed 5 sacks. The Giants 2. Last year a different story, and Jim Fossil said we gave up too many sacks and didn't get enough on our own, and that has to change. Good start. 3rd down and 11 on the 46-yard line. Under 4 minutes remaining. And Rodney Peete goes down back at the 44, and that was Strahan and Corey Miller combining for the sack.
Ricky Waters had to try to pick up Corey Miller off the side. Pete felt that, backed up, and then Strahan came in and made the tackle.
Well, these fans here have not had much to cheer about in the last couple of years. And Jim Fossil, in his debut as coach, of course, the one concern he did have, can this team finish when they've had the lead? And there were a couple of occasions in preseason when they failed to do that. They led 24-3. The Eagles came within a touchdown. Now it's 31-17 with 3:50 to go. Philadelphia timeout. They've got 2 left.
You know, it's been a quiet 6-sack game by this defense.
Yes.
It really has been.
Yeah.
2 in the last, obviously, in this series.
Well, tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, Fox will present a 1-hour special, Diana, the People's Princess. That will be followed by The Simpsons at 8 p.m. and King of the Hill at 8:30. And then at 9 p.m. it's the X-Files. That's all tonight on Fox. 4th down and 18 for the Eagles. Rodney Peete looking for time, and he's got the rookie Chad Lewis. And the tight end out of bounds by Jason Sehorn, close to the first down marker as the clock stops with 3:41 remaining.
I think he got it.
Yeah, the Eagles feel they have it. Lewis does anyway.
Chad Lewis jumped before anybody ever got him. He was going to get hit. And he took off and jumped.
They're going to move the chains.
And that's a first down. Watch Chad Lewis. He jumps. I don't know what he thought Jason Sehorn was going to do, but because of his size, he was able to carry him just that little bit extra to pick up the first down.
So 4th and long, and the Eagles get the first down. They're inside the 35-yard line, trailing by 2 touchdowns. It's 31-17. Rodney Peete rolling out and hit from behind. Fumble, the Giants have recovered. And it was Chad Bradsky who forced the fumble. And picking it up, Keith Hamilton, who has played an outstanding game. Both of them have, really.
Good defense by the Giants again down the field. Rodney Peete has to look. You're going to watch. He's got time to throw the football, but he's got nowhere to throw the football. They're only rushing 4 guys. Forces them back out of the pocket. Here comes Bradsky from the backside. And then Hamilton is there to clean it up. Again, he's looking downfield, nowhere to throw the ball.
So the Giants get it back. They have gotten the ball twice on turnovers. Of course, the big one was Sam Garnes with his 95-yard interception return. Tiki Barber stays in bounds as he picks up about 6. And now the Eagles will use up a timeout. They have 1 left with 3:22 remaining. Well, we talked about 5 rookie starters today, and let's focus in on some of them.
Now, you know what Tiki Barber has, 120 total yards and a touchdown. Garnes had the big interception return that really sealed the game for them. Maynard's been kicking the heck out of the ball. Engler inside has quietly had himself a pretty good football game. I think they couldn't be happier with the 5 rookies that have started today.
And Ike Hilliard, it took him a while to get his first catch, but he caught it in traffic.
No, they had an excellent draft class. And if this is any indicator, not just the first game, but those guys can play.
Well, the Giants certainly show a lot more spirit and zip than they have recently. 2nd down and 4. And the give is to Barber. Flag is down as Barber gets to the 45-yard line. Talking to Barber, he looks like a student. You know, when he comes in to talk to you with the glasses, he looks like the business major he was at Virginia.
Those little wire rim glasses, you know, he kind of got that little Howie Long look about it. I've seen that, but game day, he gets rid of the little wire rims and goes with the dark visor. So you can't see his eyes.
On the offense,
I'm going to tell you something.
10 yards, 2nd down.
And that's a hold, and he's going to get the Giants. Those black visors for running backs are an excellent tool because you can't see their eyes. And I was watching Tiki Barber just the other day in practice, and he doesn't wear that shield. And he likes to look where he's going before the ball is snapped. I think that is one of those, that helps him.
It could keep defenders guessing. Holding penalty against Greg Bishop. Brings the ball back inside the 35. 2nd down and 14, and the Barber is hit by Greg Jefferson. Well, there's a guy we haven't mentioned tonight. Today, Greg Jefferson, and he is now the man that has to replace William Fuller on the defensive line of the Eagles.
They have themselves a couple of problems over there. They haven't replaced William Fuller. They have Charles Dimry, but they did not have Bobby Taylor all day, so they don't have 3 full corners. They wanted to upgrade their speed at the safety position. That did not come through. And they also wanted to have a better middle backers. And then that didn't happen. They thought they upgraded with Darren Smith. He didn't play today. Ray Farmer did not have a real physical game today. They still have some problems there in that Philadelphia Eagle defense, but knowing Ray Rhodes and Emmett Thomas, they'll get those things situated.
Eagles have used their last timeout. 3rd down and 13 for the Giants. Bootleg by Brown being chased by Dawkins, and he'll just get down in a hurry. The Eagles did not activate their #1 draft pick, John Harris of Virginia.
He's got a ways to go.
He was a project at best. A lot of people thought picked very high.
Mike Mamula played himself a pretty good game today. Got some pressure when they had to get it.
Brad Maynard will be kicking the mark save with 2:34 remaining. This will be the 8th punt of the day, and Maynard has kicked well. Another high kick. Say's going to let it bounce. Takes an eagle hop, and it's down. I think it was hit by a Giant first.
It was. And then Chad Lewis tried to jump up and catch it.
Look, Doug Coleman got a hand on it first, Matt.
Yeah, once they touch it, you can pick it up. Once they tried it down, it doesn't matter. You can't fumble it, so it's going to go. It'll be Eagle ball.
Eagles out of timeouts, but it looked like Coleman, number 58 of the Giants, got a hand on that football. Well, a tough one for the Eagles today.
Eagles woke up too late.
Kicking team, therefore the recovery is declined. 1st down.
Yeah, they did recover too late.
The receiving team.
See, Coleman goes up and touches the ball. Now, once a defender has touched it, anybody has the right to the ball, and then that would negate the fumble.
2 minutes, 14 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. The Giants in front 31-17. Last year, the Giants scored 35 against the Lions. That was the most points scored in any game. 3 wide receivers. And they send in Corey Miller. Fumble. And the Eagles recover inside the 30-yard line. Joe Panos made the recovery as we're going to get down to our 2-minute warning here at Giant Stadium. With a score, the Giants headed for a victory, leading the Eagles 31-17. 2 minutes remaining with the Giants leading the Eagles 31-17. Coming up on the NASDAQ postgame report, we'll get you up to date on all the scores from Week 1, and our brand new Fox Sports ticker will have up-to-the-minute stats. That's all next on the NASDAQ postgame report. Second down and 18 at the 29-yard line. Rodney Peete completes the pass. Back to the original line of scrimmage to Irving Fryer. Gain of 9 yards. The Eagles, talking to Ray Rhodes yesterday, said this is a very important game considering what's upcoming with the Packers and the Cowboys in the next 2 weeks. 3rd and 9. Pete lost and overthrows Ricky Walker.
The New York Giants had 30 sacks last year and 5 in this quarter. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's changing things around. As we mentioned, the Packers and the Cowboys, who we played on the road, then after a bye, Minnesota on the road in Washington, so there really is not a light game in that bunch.
No, and they're going to have to play at the pace they had with Pete and what they had with Denver, because they were as flat as a pancake early.
4th down and 9. Pete has the tight end Chad Lewis, and he's got the 1st down just shy of midfield. Eagles out of timeouts, trailing by 2 touchdowns.
Chad Lewis doesn't have the speed of Jason Dunn, but he has better hands, and he has a feel for the passing game. Kind of gets open.
Well, you got to go with the guy doing the job, and Jason Dunn so far has not done the job this year after an impressive rookie year.
Lewis is not much of a blocker.
Michael Tinson makes the play, and Thomas Randolph on the stop. That was a gain of 17 yards. Ray Rhodes' team with the hurry-up offense. Under a minute remaining, and now Rodney Peete will stop the clock. So the Giants, who getting off to a new start with a new regime, not wanting to lose a division game at home, will travel to Jacksonville next week, one of the late games on Fox. And they'll come back in 2 weeks to face the Baltimore Ravens at home before going on the road to St. Louis. And with New Orleans and Dallas, the Giants, if they're, well, they are better. How much time will tell, but they look like they could win a few games early.
Yeah, they do. I mean, hey, you know, Tiki Barber, Ike Hilliard, Sam Garn, all those guys have made them better. And I still can't give you a definitive thing on Dave Brown. I mean, Dave Brown sometimes looked like the old Dave Brown today.
And then he threw some good passes other times.
Yes, he did.
Rodney Peete's pass is caught by Michael Timpson, and that stops the clock with 44 seconds to go, a gain of 15 yards. So the Eagles are on the Giant 21-yard line. Eagles obviously trying to get it in the end zone, and then the onside kick. Not having a timeout left hurts them.
Well, if they're going to do that, they're going to have to do that right now. You saw Felipe Sparks giving Sam Garnes a big hug there.
So they think the game is history. First down at the 20. And Pete's pass is dropped. It was intended for Charlie Garner.
That's actually a pretty good drop.
Yes.
See, now, at this point, if they're going to have any kind of a chance with that onside kick, they have to throw to the end zone now. And they got to score right now to give themselves some kind of time and any kind of chance to make a throw if they would recover an onside kick.
You're right. Any pass underneath is going to chew up too much time. Here's Tiki Barber, who's enjoying the late afternoon sunshine. What is 39 seconds away from being a brilliantly successful debut. On 2nd and 10, Peete goes down, and that may be all she wrote, and that is Ryan Phillips, another rookie from Idaho, who Ray Rhodes told us yesterday he was very impressed with before the draft.
And he looked impressive on his one, just went right around the corner of Drake. And that's 6 sacks this quarter. Just in one quarter, they have a fifth of what they had last year.
There's Rodney Peete with time running out, going to the end zone. No Eagles are there. Well, today's game was produced by Richard Zients and directed by Artie Kempner. The studio was produced by Scott Ackerson and directed by Bob Levy. The senior producer of Fox Sports is Bill Brown, and the executive producers of Fox Sports are Ed Gorin and David Hill. Congratulations to Jim Fossil celebrating his 48th birthday. He couldn't ask for more than what he got today, Matt.
And there's a little bit of the old douse they got from Corey Miller, and he's happy to take it.
4th down once again for the Eagles. And Pete's pass caught by Timpson at the 10. And he's got a first down with Garnes making the play, but time is going to run out. And the Giants have broken the 4-game losing streak against Philadelphia in a stunning opening day victory for Jim Fossil and his new team. The final score, the Giants 31, the Eagles 17. And the big play is Sam Garnes, 95-yard interception for a touchdown after the Eagles showed signs that they were coming back to perhaps tie it up.
The only thing that allowed Garnes to make that play was David Patton's that almost a game-saving tackle on the return.
Right. You're right, because Mark Say was on his
That's
way.
Right. Say was ready to go, and because Patton makes the tackle, Garnes can make the big play.
Right now, let's go down to Kurt Menefee, who's with Jim Fossil.
All right, Dick, I've heard of bridal showers, but you got the birthday shower here. I'm sure you're more than happy with it.
Well, yeah, I'm a little thirsty right now, but I didn't need it all over the top of my hair, but it was fun.
How much fun was this for you? Your first game, you go out, you win a game, and you play well in all aspects.
Well, yeah, I had a lot of fun, but the players seemed to have fun, and they played enthusiastically, and we made a lot of mistakes and some things, but they played hard, and they just kept coming, and that's what I'm very proud of them.
And you got a lot of play from your rookies. Tiki, Ike Hilliard, Sam Garnes, big interception there.
Oh, yeah, they all played well. I mean, Brad punted well when needed. I thought our rookies did well.
All right, congratulations, Coach.
Thank you very much.
All right, back up to you, Dick.
All right, Kurt, thank you very much. The Giants have won it 31-17. A day for rookies, as Matt mentioned, including that one, David Patton. We'll be back.